should be right there in that.
Oh, somebody got tell Mark if I want to suck my husband's dick in the car. I will.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Okay.
Bring the love. You can stop.
Somebody found my napkin stash up here.
Oh, it's right there.
Are you done getting me riled up?
And that would be the Modern Eater show with all their food in here on Saturdays.
Yeah, tell them to leave food. We should put a refrigerator here so they can.
Like
can
next
eat the
door.
leftovers.
Tell
No.
them I need my cord, my headset. I need
all
all
of
that
it.
stuff,
Oh,
please.
no.
Oh, nothing down here.
Oh shit, man.
We're up top.
So they really won't help you out at all,
Spilling
huh?
tea, breaking headphones.
Not yet. I don't
That, you know for a fact that thing was stowed right from where that picture is, man.
I would love to see video either
Smells
way.
good in here.
We
My
found out,
sister's
we found out why it's really did tow it from the street.
Go
Was
look
it
at my,
something too?
If they really did
Go
that,
look in my bag.
say,
It must have
man.
fallen out.
Find out either way. There's no way to tell if she's not going to cooperate. You know, I can't. Where's the?
It wasn't in there, so she's
Oh,
looking.
that sucks. Come on,
I don't know what
man.
could have possibly
God
happened.
damn it!
What are you missing?
My thing.
Your condom?
I'll just take one. Maybe it was left here because there's an extra one here.
Go next door. They steal our stuff.
Oh, I bet you did leave it here, huh?
Well, I wouldn't have left it.
Or Suzanne left it here.
Is that the KOA studio?
Because there wouldn't be two.
right there.
Sports show.
It's,
I don't-
760.
Is that what it is?
That's sports show 760.
Okay, let's see here.
Can you? Listen. I'm just using this one.
Yeah, it's one of those two. She said it didn't make it in.
Yeah. Well, could you bring me a coffee, please?
Yes, I can. I think it's.
I sprayed it.
I'm hoping that's why it was wet.
Anybody else need a cup of coffee?
That's the homeless.
Deep throaty.
Mark, I'm talking to everybody but you.
No, I don't want one.
Okay.
Thank you,
No, I
Stuart.
wouldn't.
Thank you. Very good. Thanks.
I'll enjoy the flight.
These peanuts are old.
What was the new thing they call them? Oh, trolley dolly.
A trolley.
Oh,
That's like, what do they call those?
Clint, just don't waste any more time when people don't call you. Just forget it.
Who are those hookers that hang
No,
out
just
at the
forget it.
okay. truckers' places? Lot lizards.
lot lizards, yeah, that's
There
right.
you go. Do you have?
Nothing like a good lot lizard.
There isn't.
It's a lot lizard.
There are hookers that
Hang out at truck stops.
at truck stops and go just basically from truck stop to truck stop.
Truck, no, not truck stop. Trucker to trucker.
Well, that too. They don't, they get dropped off at different truck stops.
Okay.
Sleeper cab.
Come on.
Sleeper cab.
So you get some money and a ride. to
And
the
a
next time to stop.
That's right.
Is there something wrong with that?
They're lot lizards. I wonder who came up with that term.
No one said that, Dad.
Really? Yeah. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply.
So,
You wouldn't put
I
a
missed
square
Friday.
peg in a round
I
hole,
was
so why
trying,
would you
but
deploy a traditional
somebody called
firewall
in
in a
and
modern
claimed that
decentralized
Wise Coin
network?
was
Firewalls have new
going
requirements for
Oh,
businesses leveraging SaaS-based applications.
No, they
Friday
were
or was it
breaking.
Platforms
They were
like
breaking
Google
into the
Cloud
cars
Google
and
Cloud.
taking the permits off and throwing them on the ground, then towing the car.
A former employee said that.
This is what happens when you, don't even get me going. Because that's what people do.
Now, what she said was there was a couple guys who were bragging about doing.
I'm sure they have some rogue employees.
Martino, the troubleshooter.
Could be one.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Ready, willing, and able to take your calls at 303-713-TALK. This hour brought to you by Centeno Schultz, the name you should remember for stem cell therapy. And Centeno Schultz is basically one of the few clinics that does stem cell therapy correctly. We're consumer advocates here, so we often call out phonies, fakes, liars, cheaters, and we expose them. We also have good referrals. So we have help, information, and referrals on the Troubleshooter Network, so welcome. If you have any problems, questions, or complaints, give us a call. And we usually do something about it. If we think you've been lied to, cheated, or ripped off, we do something about it. We have this woman who called, and she was insistent upon the fact that she did not park illegally, and she was towed off the street. And I thought, come on, man. What tow company would tow you off the street? Now, let me set the scene. She was supposed to, she was supposedly illegally parked in an apartment complex parking lot. And she said that she says she was not in that parking lot. They were sick and tired of being towed, so they parked outside of the parking lot on the street, and Wyatt's Towing went out and got them. But we have a problem with her credibility because she won't call us back. We're trying to get facts, and we are diving into this, and I don't think she thought we were going to dive into it the way we are, and she's not calling us back. She was so insistent that she was parked legally. This is just one of the many problems we're investigating. We also investigate stem cell therapy, and of course, there are a bunch of phonies out there, and ironically, they all have stem cell in the name, like Stem Cell Institute of America, Stem Cell Centers for Pain. It's really just a joke. The only place you're going to get true stem cell is where doctors, MDs, extract it from you at the time of injection. And don't let people tell you anything else. There's not technology now allowed by the FDA to ship living stem cells and to have them living when they get to the location. Centeno Schultz will do it the right way. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. If you went anywhere else, you got ripped off. Centeno Schultz was the first clinic doing it. Dave, what did you want to say, sir?
Good morning.
Hey, Dave.
Yes, I went to a cell company about a year ago. And,
stem cell?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Well, I had something injected in my back, but obviously it was just a fluid.
Well, it wasn't taken from you. It was shipped in, right? Amniotic fluid?
Exactly.
Yeah. To be fair, amniotic fluid is not completely useless. It does have some growth factors and beneficial things in it, but it just shouldn't be called stem cell, nor should you be told you're getting stem cell therapy or charged for it. But anyway, what's going on?
Well, after I got the injection, I went back about once a week for either acupuncture or massage.
What's the name of the clinic?
Peak.
Peak. Peak what?
Peak Vitality.
Who's Peak Vitality? Anybody know these guys? Anybody know them? Anybody hear of them? Okay. So what about Peak Vitality? What happened then?
Please.
Dave, are you all right?
Yeah, too many people walked in the room here.
Oh, okay, it's okay. I mean,
God, I thought he was getting robbed.
No, I just... All right, so Peak Vitality. Tell me the problem now, sir.
Well, I've had no improvements.
How much did you pay?
$85.
$8,500. Okay, and you've had no improvement. Okay,
so,
what do they say about it? Do they claim that you were given stem cell therapy?
Right. So they had me believing that I was going to get better, and each week I went back seeing no good results, and I was so positive that I was going to see results. I mean, just mentally.
You know, they don't call it stem cell therapy on their website. They don't call it that.
They might have at one point.
They call it amniotic cell therapy. Regenerative cell therapy regenerative cell therapy works, it should say, with the body's natural ability to heal itself. Unlike treatments that simply address the symptoms, regenerative cell therapy actually promotes repair of the body, restoring. You know, they don't even call it stem cell. Now, did they use the word stem cell with you?
Yeah, from day one, from the commercials I heard on the radio to the
they're
seminar.
a lot of them are changing their tune since we've been all over their case.
Well, a lot of them have gotten shut down across the country.
Well, I can imagine.
Okay, so let's call Peak and ask them if they do stem cell therapy. Let's ask them.
That's a good question.
All right, you want to call them? It's here's the number.
I mean, just ask them that.
Come over
though,
here,
Clint.
Come over here and look at the number. I don't want everybody calling them all at once. So, Dave.
Yes.
Do you have any paperwork that says you got stem cell therapy? Listen, I can't go after him because you have amniotic fluid, amniotic therapy, and it didn't work.
Well, let me dig up the paperwork. I don't have it handy right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying it was all about stem cell therapy.
Exactly.
And then also, Tom, he's having his yearly update in September, and so he wanted you to say what questions he ought to be asking him.
Exactly.
Well, for one, did I get stem cell therapy? And was I charged for stem cell therapy? I mean, it sounds like you were, $8,500. That's ridiculous.
You know, maybe I should go call them. And I say that because I record everything. And then we can hear them lie if they lie. But they might not lie.
Well, on their website, they're not lying. They're very clearly saying,
but according
and not even stem, amniotic cell.
Not according to this guy, though. This guy's saying from day one all they said was stem cell.
Try to dig up some paperwork for us.
Okay.
Hold on, Dave. Suzanne, tell them how to get back in touch with us. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have time for phone calls. Bob Logan is with us from Plumbline Services. They do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. So, if you have any questions about home services, give us a call. We also have Chris, and it's Stallalonis.
Stallalonis, that's right.
I said it, Stallalonis with Cam Solar. GoCamSolar.com if you have any questions about solar.
You know,
I have a question about solar.
Technically, these guys could still sell stem cells just like any chiropractor, right? I mean, do you need anything at all?
No.
That's what I'm saying. How come you guys aren't pushing this stuff?
No, they can sell it, but to inject, they have to be a registered nurse or above, a nurse practitioner or a doctor.
So if I hired a nurse along with my electricians...
You'll be just like every chiropractor.
They can be part of our home services?
Bob, you could hire plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and amniotic fluid.
A little bit of a side hustle.
We'll think about that for next
While I'm here talking to you about solar...
yeah, you could.
Might as well get some stem cells.
How's that knee?
I wanted to ask about this 20-minute evaluation. It takes 20 minutes, so they fill out a form at gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. And that form... you have some imagery software. What is it?
Well, with the software, we basically pull up your roof. You know, the two main things that we need to do an accurate design for somebody. One is their address and their roof.
Sure.
And
then you go online.
Their
you have
usage.
their roof, so you have their roof line. But then when I fill this out, let's see. Is there a form here? It was gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. And it says solar panels for home, download our free solar guide. I'm wondering where this form is. It says page not found right
what they really want to do...
I'm hoping to God that I've been telling people to go here, and it says page not found. We should probably address that right now.
We should address it. But all they want to do is they want to call into 720-729-8777. And we want to talk to them about their roof and how much power they use. Every design's custom.
You get their address, and you get their monthly bill?
Yeah. Because, you know, somebody who only uses a little bit of power only needs a few panels. Somebody who's using a lot of power, has a big power bill, they might need 30, 40 panels.
Yeah, but seriously, Suzanne, we need to call them because in all of the commercials, I didn't mean to spring that on you, but I went to gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. I've been telling people to go there, and I'm not sure if this is a recent development, but there is nothing there. Okay? It says page not found. So we better kind of figure that out. That would be good. I don't have to say that anymore. I can give out the phone number, but I hate to see them waste their money on commercials.
We don't like to waste money.
No. So find out how long their page has been down. Okay, 303. We better find out.
But things are working. I've been to some folks' places that we got in touch with through you.
Good. So it is working. Sure. Okay. So you find out their roof line, how much solar radiation they get, how much they use, and some only need a few panels, some need a big system. Is it the same 30% tax credit for no matter what you get?
Yeah, you get 30% covered by the federal government. Yeah,
of the cost, 30% of the cost.
Yeah. So if somebody's got a real small system, maybe they're in it $14,000-$15,000. They're down after the federal money, down closer to 10.
And then you'd have low-cost financing, so they're out of pocket nothing.
Whereas if somebody's got a bigger system, maybe they're up at like $30K.
What's the biggest?
They're down to 20 net.
What's the biggest thing they use solar for? Hot water or heat or lights or what?
We're straight PV. So this is to replace your power bill. The whole point is
so whatever your electric is.
Yeah, we want to trade out your power bill that's not fixed, that's going to fluctuate up and down over the years, mostly up, with a fixed cost solar payment.
Now, are you in a situation where you can do 100% of their power?
In most cases.
You actually can.
Yeah, the two constraining factors, or actually there's three. One, state law. State law will only allow you to build to 120% of your current usage profile.
Okay.
So we can build you a little bigger than what you're currently using, but not much.
And then the
other thing is,
do the power companies have to buy what you in excess?
We've got it's called net metering. It's a really great net metering program where you're effectively trading power back and forth.
Right, I see. So on your high times, you get credit for that.
Yeah, we overbuild every system relative to a person's use if we can. Sometimes the roof's too small. And
but why does the law only allow you to build 120% of your usage?
Because they don't want the grid getting flooded with a lot of power that people aren't actually going to be using.
Okay.
It's almost like you're using the grid, the power lines as your battery. So during the day, you get first dibs on your own power from your own roof.
Right. And
all the excess goes out onto the grid.
And you get credit for that.
It's getting sold to your neighbors, 1-to-1. That's a real fair shake. You put out a kilowatt hour of power.
And you get one free.
You get a kilowatt hour of credit. Now, that's not only good to get you through the evening, where you've got enough credit to get you through the night. We build it so big that you've got credits that you're accumulating through the summer and the spring, so that when you get to the winter and the sun's lower in the sky, your system's less productive, you're going to have credits that you banked earlier in the year.
Cool.
So you're going to zero out your power bill. We're going to get rid of that thing if we can. So all you have is an interconnection fee to stay connected to the grid, and you've traded out a fixed cost solar payment for a growing power bill.
Do you guys ever do generators along with solar systems or batteries?
I think we used to. But
there's no reason to do.
It was kind of a headache.
There's no reason to do batteries with net metering.
You're exactly right, Tom. Yeah, I'm Mr. Doom and Gloom on batteries.
Yeah.
I talk people out of it. We're trying to save people money.
Yeah.
And I really don't see a great value proposition with the batteries for the most part.
I'd like to ask when we come back about electric with Plumline Services with the electric, if you guys come across people who want generator systems. There's this new thing about, trying to live off the grid or trying to be self-sufficient. I'm just curious if people do that still. There was a big deal about generator systems before Y2K and all of that. Okay, Bright Light Chiropractic will bring a bright spot to your life, brighten your family.com. I love talking about health. You heard me talk about Centeno Schultz and stem cell therapy, and we're handling a problem for this person who got fake stem cell therapy. Well, I don't like fake chiropractic either. So many chiropractors are doing things other than just straight adjustments. Well, I have good news. Bright Light Chiropractic, Dr. Mike Hederscheit is a family chiropractor still doing adjustments, gentle, targeted torque release technique. He calls it beautiful results. I mean, you will take your family and be pain-free, or if you have a problem and you need something immediately, go see him. Of course, if you just want to maintain health, go see him. BrightenYourFamily.com at University and County Line. I love his technique. The office, only $50 for x-rays, thermal scans, complete evaluation, and adjustments start at just $30 for veterans. They go up to $50 depending on what you buy. Here it is, 720-583-4506, 720-583-4506. If you are into chiropractic, or especially those who are not familiar with chiropractor, what a wonderful way to introduce yourself. BrightenYourFamily.com.
And I technically Cam Solar is one word, Cam Solar separate.
Go Cam Solar.
Or just Cam Solar. It's just Cam Solar.
Does say that they do stem cell.
You know what? I should put Cam Solar.
They told me go Cam Solar. If it's Cam Solar, I don't want to get
Yeah, but you know what I'll do?
We've been saying go Cam Solar.
Go Cam Solar is the website. What? Go Cam Solar is the website. Somebody else. CamSolar.com/troubleshooter does not work.
Stem cells are
That's hard to do it. Well,
What am I doing? Go
I
ahead.
was searching.
GoCam Solar?
Do GoCamSolar.com.
It's working for me.
That works fine.
Wait, /troubleshooter?
Oh, no, I missed that.
It's the /troubleshooter. They keep telling me to do. I don't
It
mind
comes
it.
up.
GoCam Solar comes up.
GoCam Solar /troubleshooter comes up.
I'm gonna add
GoCamSolar.com /troubleshooter.
There's a picture of you right here.
I want to see URL. I want to see URL, and I want to know why
It's working on your computer. I just pulled it up, Tom. I just pulled it up for you.
What am I typing?
I don't know. I just did it. I did /troubleshooter. It comes right up.
What the hell am I doing wrong?
It's Monday.
I know. I need to
I'm not on Tuesday. You don't want to see it.
The other thing, I want to see what I got there.
With a needle instead of a knife. Before you have surgery, consult.
Do you know how to spell troubleshooter?
Shooter has 2 O's.
That's right.
But they might have changed it. He said he was
Solar
medical
That's me right there.
.com. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. And on my referral list at referralist.com.
Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax-free
What was I doing?
I don't know. You needed your coffee. I brought it.
It's all right, man.
No, I got to tell everybody it's working.
Visit
This is a wonderful
today
thing.
to begin your planning.
We're keeping you honest.
Consumer advocate Tom Martino. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC.
I will go and add as a keyword, GoCam Solar,
Okay.
because somebody might just type that.
Bob,
That's misleading,
Yes, sir.
don't you think?
Oh, I agree.
It's really misleading.
And they told, he said when I talked
put
to
in
him
about 1 a year.
Okay, I want to
he said there was no
Tom,
doubt
we
in
could
his
talk about some of the bad experiences people have with solar. Somebody throws panels on your north face, they don't know what they're doing. Shade,
We had a
put them
guy
under
do that.
trees.
Put them in the basement.
Exactly. Really, that's one of the worst places.
basement.
We can add another 8 panels in your basement.
They're protected from hail.
Out there price gouging. There's also companies that take forever to get it done.
There's
It takes
this
about
place,
90 days to get
right
to
at the
solar
border
power.
of Nevada and
There's some
California.
people out there, they wait 5, 6, 7 months.
And
they
they're
get into
they
their
look
loan
like
payments,
water
when their
tanks.
solar
They are
payments
water
start coming
tanks.
in.
That's where you
They
did
got no solar power.
And all the
Companies
mirrors
have their act together and they're
hit
not
the
losing
sun, hits the mirrors,
project
and
numbers.
hits the water tanks that make steam,
Yeah.
Those
which
are
makes the
things
power.
that you can call in. But it's installed
like
forever.
It's huge.
100 football fields.
Yeah.
It is so massive.
Did they say, did you look that up and see how many acres it actually takes in effect? It's desert, right?
There's probably 10 water towers in a million mirrors. And all of those are focused just on these 10 towers.
So the different mirrors are to different water towers?
Yeah.
The mirrors zone?
Yep, that's what it is.
Do you remember that machine gun that we made that scared birds away?
How can I forget it?
That was one of our
Find the badass.
Oh, really?
birds flying there.
July 20th.
Oh, yeah, I bet they melt, man.
Yeah, and then
They fly over and melt if they got any.
No, I bet you it would just be like hitting a ray gun.
Oh, yeah, all these mirrors, when they finally have that focal point onto that water tower, man, it's got to be 1,000 degrees.
We saw video of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just come down smoking. They just look like a plane shot down. It's poofing and
Like a plane shot on during World War I,
Yeah.
with an ace and
no smoke trail going straight to the ground.
What kind of bird? Do they,
Some of them were, well, it depends.
Turkeys, wild turkeys.
they smoke for the long?
There's so many birds.
Thanksgiving.
Protected, $15,000 per bird.
Oh, really?
Oh, God, it's nuts.
And,
Oh, yeah, because it hits on the California side.
Is it on
They
the
probably
California
do have some crazy-ass shit.
There's international.
Each bird gets $500 a month.
It's a protected pigeon.
International wildlife treaty things between.
Hi, Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter. Quickly, I want to mention becomethebanker.info or becomethebanker.org. It's basically where you take life insurance. The minimum amount you can get for the biggest premium you can put in, and you do it on purpose where you overfund it to use that money tax-free. It grows. You can use it tax-free because you take it out as loans instead of using credit cards. You pay yourself back with interest on purpose to shelter more money. Here's the idea. Building up a cash account, because when you have life insurance, the government allows you to do this. Then you supplement your income later in life with regular policy loans and never pay them back. When you die, the estate pays it off with the life insurance. It is a sound, solid investment. It's not the only investment you should have, and it's not get rich quick. It's very conservative. I put a video up on YouTube, and it's on our YouTube channel, Troubleshooter Network, and we talked about it, and a woman says, insurance should never be used as savings, ever. And she writes, I'm a horrible person for putting this up there. And I put down that you're simply wrong, that you should not use whole life insurance as savings. However, with a mutual life insurance policy, a small one, the accompanying cash account is a wonderful investment because it grows tax-free at a guaranteed 4% plus 1% dividend. She says, no way, never, because the money that you put in there you never get back. Let me explain something, people. I am not advocating giving money to an insurance company and letting it sit there. If you plan on doing that, just buy term insurance. What I'm saying is, becomethebanker.info is specifically to put cash in and then draw it all out. You should try to get it all out before you die. Sometimes you won't. Okay, that's fine. You can draw it all in one lump sum if you want, or a monthly payment. Sometimes you may have some money left in there when you die. But the point is this: the death benefit is always more than the cash value, so you'll always get a payout at the end. Here's the deal. Becomethebanker.info is the real deal. Again, it's not the only investment. It's not get rich quick. It is a real, honest-to-God investment. Becomethebanker.org or becomethebanker.info. Okay, Andrea, you want to talk about home warranty problems. I, by the way, cannot stand home warranties. They suck. I've never seen a home warranty ever, not once, that works. I'd like Bob Logan with Plumline Services. Have you ever gone to houses that have home warranties?
Tom, we go to them all the time.
And what happens? Tell the truth. What happens?
Almost inevitably, the
they
home
don't
warranty
cover it.
company will not cover.
Yeah.
We get calls from them literally 2 or 3 times a week asking us to be one of their providers for home warranties, and they want to pay us such a minimal amount. I couldn't even afford to roll my truck to somebody's house.
But not only that, but they have so many exceptions, you end up pissing people off.
That's correct. So we don't work directly with any home warranty
Andrea,
companies.
what's going on with home warranties?
We purchased a Tri-Point home December 2016.
Now, a Tri-Point, now this is different.
Yes.
Are we talking about a builder warranty or a third-party warranty?
This is a builder warranty.
Well, that's a little different. Builder warranty, meaning you buy a home and for the first year they give you a warranty.
Correct.
Okay, that's a little different. So let's talk about it. What's wrong?
Well, we've had every problem imaginable. Foundation, framing, drywall, electrical, concrete,
plumbing. Did you guys, by the way, have anyone help? Is this a custom home? Is this a track home or semi-track?
It is a track home.
Is it total track or did you have some choices?
No. We bought this. This was their show home.
Okay, gotcha.
So we came in later.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And so, did you have the house, and a lot of people don't do this, did you have it checked out?
Yes, we did.
You did by a home inspector?
Yes, we did.
Very good. A lot of people don't do that with new homes. And did the home inspector find any deficiencies?
There were some deficiencies, but a lot of it was covered. There were things neglected by the builder that they absolutely covered up.
Like what? Give me an idea. Give me an idea.
So, for example, our entire master bathroom tile is breaking apart. They cut a joist underneath that bathroom in order to put their plumbing in for our huge tub.
Well,
and
the plumber did that. You know what? I'll tell you what. Subcontract. I understand. Well, they may have covered it without knowing they were covering it. And I'm not sticking up for them. And I'm not saying they shouldn't fix it. But, Andrea, a home builder, what's really funny, I've heard people say, I want to buy an ABC home, or I want to buy an XYZ home or an LMNOP home. And what you're really at, it's a snapshot frozen in time. The house that you buy is a collection of subcontractors at that space and at that time. In other words, there is no such thing as a Richmond home. Well, Richmond might be an exception because Richmond does have some pretty tight controls, but still, there really isn't a Richmond home. There's a Richmond home today, and then tomorrow, and I don't mean to pick on Richmond. Let's pick Celebrity Home. They're never the same because they always have different subs. Now, you will have some good builders that demand certain quality, but they're never going to be the same. So you say a Tri-Point home. It's funny because there is no brand of a home ever, unless you could get a general contractor who has the same employees and the same standards, no subs, and they do every home the same way. But you don't. You never have that. So in your case, let's get to the problems. What I'm saying is a plumber comes in and basically a bad plumber destroys the framer's work and puts in his stuff, and then the electrician comes in and destroys stuff, and the framer comes back and says, what the hell did they do this for, and tries to patch it. It's terrible. So I'm not saying it was covered up on purpose, and I'm not going to go there with fraud. What I'm going to say is, if you have problems, why will the warranty not fix it? Just get right to that part.
Well, there's safety issues, so...
Why will... No, I asked, why will they not address and fix the problems?
Because they beat around the bush. They said the city approved it. The city approved the framing. The city approved the electrical. So
well, you concluded the framing was unsafe. Is the framing within code or not? It either is or isn't.
It is not.
How do you know?
We have a 2-inch gap underneath the framing and the sill on our walkout basement that's blowing in dirt.
Who told you it was not? Did you have a building inspector come out and say your house is not up to code?
Yes. We also hired our own structural engineer.
What person came out from the city to say it was not up to code?
The actual sill plate is bowed.
Who came out from the city and said your house is not up to code?
John Schumacher.
And who is he? Is he a building inspector?
Building official from Loveland, Colorado.
If you have the City of Loveland chief building inspector who tells you your home does not meet code, how the hell can the builder not help you?
They said that they will come and do a quick fix. So they said that they'll spray foam in there.
No, I'm talking about what?
The builder.
Okay, no. What I need to know is, you need, that might be the fix. I don't know. You're telling me things have to be done that may not have to be done. I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with you either. I need to see some reports that you have on the deficiency of your home before we going to Tri-Point and telling them, hey, by the way, Tri-Point, and telling them, by the way, you have a home that doesn't meet code. Suzanne, what were you going to say?
The way she stated quick fix, Tom, I wonder if they're willing to do the work and fix things, but maybe not to the way she wants them fixed.
Well, here's the point. If she is correct and that the home after the repair still would not be up to code, she has a right to be nitpicking. But if you simply don't like the idea that they're going to spray foam, but it meets code, code is not that strict. And a lot of times people think they need more than they need. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. We truly don't know the state of your home. Did you have a professional home engineer or inspector look at your home? Okay, do you have a report?
Yes, I do.
We need to see it. That's what we really need to do.
A very long report, exactly.
But we need to see it.
Yes.
And you could have a lawsuit. What did you pay for your home?
We paid $575.
Okay, so it's not chicken feed, and you may have to sue them. So is your builder willing to address...
We're not allowed.
What are you talking about?
We have to go to arbitration. So
hold on. No, you agreed to that, Andrea.
Yes.
And what's wrong with that, though? If everything's so cut and dry, an arbiter's going to see it your way.
Yeah.
No, it's their arbitrator.
Who says it's their arbitrator?
The arbitrator.
No,
probably from a list, though.
Did you agree? You agreed to go to their arbitrator for all problems.
It's probably a list.
Okay, hold on. First of all, I want to see her Suzanne, before I even touch this, I want to see her arbitration agreement, and I want to see her deficiency report. Okay? Andrea, you came to the right place. People who will actually take a look at this. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. Flexident is busy. I'm taking my car there, and you know why? Because they are the preferred place to fix your car. We've had hail out the nose, and if you want your car fixed the right way, FlexidentofColorado.com, multiple locations, immediate appointments available, and they do it the right way without touching the paint. Of course, if you have paint damage, that's another story, but go there first. They'll give you an evaluation. 303-619-6273. It will not detract from the value of your car 1 penny, and you won't even know it's been done. 303-619-6273. FlexidentofColorado.com.
What are you talking about? What's the text? Good Sam? You're talking about RVs or Sam?
Oh, HCLP.
What is it?
Today is the day to break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription,
Yeah, their yield's only 6.84.
No, they're going to get 75 cents.
Related to substance abuse.
Did you move up from San Antonio House?
There's help from the White House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893.
They sell sandwiches in Saudi Arabia.
893-5555. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program.
They're the first one to get a place to
You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options. All evidence-based treatments.
But I don't know audio on podcasts. All kinds of
It's
still a sand, so it's got to be a
Call
certain
today for a
size.
free, no obligation
A lot of times
consultation. The
they
Raleigh
do
House,
100 mesh.
720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today.
Are you experiencing complaints?
No, they want the company. They want that.
Yeah, they call it.
Well, they decide, but they do. Yeah, sharp. And that's fills in all the voids and stuff.
Because
they want
they want sharp. I would have thought more panels would have been back outside of my house.
With concrete masonry, they always want sharp.
According to our
Reputation on operating and clean.
also good for front.
Process for customer
But the
experience. Repiping
It
is
doesn't work
entirely
really.
just
We
one
don't
to
put
today.
more panels up.
Patch your wall.
They want the price.
They want 20%.
Oh, fracture. Yeah, of course they do want the round. Yeah, because they have to have
For your
room
home,
between the
call
stuff.
Pipe Specialist today for your free in-home
So that's
estimate at
they're providing
888-503-1732.
this company
Many companies do it, but this is, they jumped on it and they got 140 and they just started their business.
They use some sand.
They were really honest about it. They said, you know,
In money, but
Here to tell you,
They make money.
Well, they use different.
I know it's just a little bit, it's not much, but I know boil and refraction, they use a small amount of million gallons of water.
I don't understand about what's going to going to a steep cars that just
Could be some tax, the only reason they do it is tax. They're not spending a lot on.
So right now it's a limited partnership, but I have it in my, I have
a lot on power.
Mark. Oh, yeah.
You always support that square foot home. Okay. It's just that the roof is cut out from different angles.
That's some hair down.
competitive rate more.
What's he doing? Oh, he's a hippie.
Financial.
Go out of the house that way.
Affordable home ownership is
Damn.
If I could grow a beard like that.
He
looks like he should be playing an acoustic guitar.
With the
Singing
big
Kumbaya.
with the
I
big
wonder if I
one.
should grow facial hair again.
Yeah, like that. Give a big one. Get a big one.
I look more clean cut. He should be.
Do
I look younger?
Much younger.
Yeah, you look way younger with that hair. He should be playing Yellow Submarine by the Beatles.
65,
and I'm going to collect Social Security.
She loves me, yeah.
She loves me,
I'm going to be 65 in a couple weeks.
Mark, 65 is monumental. I should do something. What came first, seriously? Did the Beatles see the Monkees and then wanted to be like the Monkees? Or did the Monkees see the Beatles? The Beatles are original in everything. They started the whole British invasion and everything. They're the original everything.
They copied the Stones.
Like Yellow Submarine. Sergeant Pepper. White House. I love Sergeant. The White House was Abbey Road.
Weren't the Monkees
These are
like,
I
they
love
were
Abbey
creative.
Road. I love.
Like, they weren't
I
actually
love
banned. They were
Sergeant Pepper. Oh my God. I love Meet the Beatles. You mean the Beatles? You're getting them mixed up.
It's okay to email those reports because they're like 30 pages. I don't want to
Well,
I like the cricket.
Buddy
A
Holly.
lot of times I would
He's
print
the one
reports,
that-
but it's a lot
No,
of.
I
want to see only on line.
I'm emailing it to
Buddy
you.
Holly actually was good.
Buddy Holly with La Bamba.
And the big
No, that's
No,
Bombay
the
is,
plan.
he died with them.
It's valid.
Yeah, Ricky Valens. Ricky Valens.
Richie
Big
Valens.
Bopper.
Richie Valens.
And the Big Bopper and Buddy Holly.
And it was a little plane. It's like a little Cessna or something.
Bonanza.
And where were they flying to?
I think they were flying around the house.
It was a Bonanza, and they were flying from.
Didn't they like
Clear Lake,
flip
Iowa.
a coin and one of them lived?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
lived?
No, the one who didn't go.
Who didn't go?
This is Jeff, director of the Rocky Mountain Clinic. You don't have to live with ED anymore. Give us a call at 720-440-7900
Holly
or go to Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, who was the one that lived?
Waylon Jennings is the one who gave up his seat.
No, Waylon Jennings.
Jennings.
That makes sense.
Are you sure?
Waylon Jennings.
He was touring with Rock.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Yeah, Waylon Jennings gave up his seat to the Big Bopper.
You're on the couch, blowing up my phone.
Cracker Jacks. Do you like that candy? So picture this. Cracker Jack mud jacking. Why the name? Because of mud jacking, Cracker Jack. Okay? Listen, the important thing is that you hire them because they are one of the oldest mud jacking companies around. And if you know anything about foundations and concrete that has to be lifted, you want something that mimics soil at bedrock, which is a slurry of concrete, sand, and mud all put together and pumped into the voids under concrete to lift it. Even tight spaces like basements and garages can be handled by Cracker Jack mud jacking because they have these hoses that pump the slurry in and under the concrete. They guarantee 100% satisfaction, and it's a lifetime guarantee on their concrete repairs. Don't replace when you can lift the concrete back into place, fix the cracks. Cracker Jack mud jacking. The only one endorsed on my referral list at referrallist.com, 303-410-7787. Cracker Jack mud jacking, the best in town, using environmentally friendly natural products, not plastic. 303-410-7787. Cracker Jack mud jacking. All right.
Tom, they did my house a couple years ago. Yeah, the basement slab, I had to put new carpet in.
Cracker Jack, very good.
I had settled in some places 4 to 5 inches.
Right in your basement.
Right, across the entire floor.
Now that's amazing because they went inside your house, right through the basement window probably.
Correct, yeah.
And they were able to drill holes, and isn't that amazing
Minimal
to watch?
invasion.
And to watch is amazing.
Cleaned up great. I wasn't there to watch. They took care of everything in one day, and I was really blown away by the success that they had and saved me thousands. The other option would be replacing the concrete and the soil, and they saved me a ton of money.
And that's Bob Logan from Plumline Services. We were talking about home warranties. You know, if you read those home warranties closely, it says previous wear and tear. Okay, we can see that. That's not covered. Owner abuse, of course, would not be covered. Any pre-existing condition not covered. So what is wrong with that picture? When you then buy a warranty for a house, do you know how they base the premium? Bob, you go to a house. What are some of the reasons they give you for not covering it? Just tell me. You're in the field.
About any reason under the sun.
Like it was there before.
It was there before. The homeowner didn't have annual maintenance. Poor water quality. If you don't have a water filtration system, high water pressure. So, you know, we put in pressure regulating valves. People like high water pressure, but if it's above 75, most of your home warranties aren't covered. Appliances
People don't realize
covered.
That. Yeah. Okay. So
they'll come up with anything.
So let's talk about this. You have a home warranty, and you think you have 5 things covered, so you pay a premium based on 5 things. But of those 5 things, let's say 4 of them have pre-existing problems. So you're paying that premium for 5 things when in reality only 1 of them is covered. But you don't get to know that until something goes wrong. So a home warranty company is saying to you, give us a premium based on 5 appliances or 10 appliances, and we will tell you what is covered after. You pay now, and if something breaks, we'll let you know if it's covered. I say if you're going to charge for 5 or 10 things, you should have an inspection on day 1 and exclude the things that have pre-existing conditions that you won't cover. Therefore, when I pay a premium, I am paying for things that are covered, not for things that are uncovered. Why the hell home warranty companies do not see this, I have no idea. Blue Ribbon Warranty used to be on my referral list. Kicked them off. Why? Because they could not see it. Okay. Andrea, you sent us loads of information, so I'm not going to go back to you until I have a chance to at least digest some of it. Katie has a comment. Go ahead, Katie. What's happening?
Tom, we bought a new home like 10 plus years ago, and it came with a 1-year warranty that covered everything. And our real estate agent advised us to live in the home for almost a year to see if there was anything wrong, not to have an inspection.
What?
To wait until the wait.
Not to have a home inspection, but to move in and hope the warranty covers everything?
I hope. And then right at the 10th month, have a home inspection. And then whatever we found wrong, have the builder correct. And we had the builder correct like 3 or 4 things.
Well, that's good. Then you had a wonderful builder, Katie, and it worked for you. But a lot of hold on. Who was the builder, Katie?
It was Metropolitan.
Are they still around?
I don't know if they are or not.
But you know, Katie, I don't advise that. But I'll tell you why. Because you can't trust builders necessarily. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here's a true story. Somebody I know who shall remain nameless. I'll give you a hint. I live with her, and we had K&H. She had K&H do something in 2003. Listen to this. 2003 or 2000. Yeah. Windows and doors with a vanishing screen door, a cassette on that screen door on a double slider. K&H did it. That many years ago, that screen came off the track and is not rewinding properly. Ted Rowland said, "You're under our lifetime warranty." I mean, isn't that great? When I was expecting, oh, God, I'm going to have to replace this, and I just happened to ask Ted, where do you get this? He says, you're under warranty, lifetime. We're not fooling around when we say lifetime. I said, but you don't carry that brand anymore, right? He says, listen, you're under our lifetime warranty. That is what I mean by having a company that you can rely on. You know, I mean, Plumline Services has been around forever. Cam Solar has been around in Texas, and then they moved here. They have more than 3,000 systems. All of these companies I deal with, and K&H Home Solutions, they have a lifetime warranty, and they mean it. In business 62 years. And I've known both owners, the original one who started the dang thing, who's no longer with us, and Ted Rowland. And now I get the benefit of having a company like this who did work on the home that many years ago. 303-421-7100. Right now, 25% off windows and doors, 30% off siding. And they mean it when they say a lifetime warranty. 303-421-7100. Make your own appointment at khwindows.com.
CLP. HCLP? Yeah, I have some crazy. Yeah, I got to get her in this weekend. I got to bring her. Let her bring. First of all, I discovered something. Everything that comes in as a text in the first hour, home and sold. In the first hour, everything's a scam. Every one of them is a scam. But I had that little Chevy tracker. Anyway, I had some guy standing there looking at it. Another guy walks up the driveway and hands me more money cash than I was asking for. I said, "That guy paid you yet?" "No, here I want it." What was it? That little Chevy tracker. The guy actually walked up the driveway and didn't even, well, I mean, he'd seen it walking by it, hadn't driven or anything, just handed me the cash.
A Chevy tracker?
Chevy tracker. It's like a geo tracker.
His little tracker.
The little tracker.
Come on, you moron!
Yeah.
tracker, that little
Yeah.
But that's not working, right? Didn't it blow up or something?
Oh, I had a starter go bad on it.
Did they just have earnings?
Yes,
Oh,
they're
wait.
earning.
Okay. So their ex-dividend is the day before.
I'm looking, see, you don't know for sure. Here's the last dividend, it was 430, right? So it's going to be.
That's a huge fucking dividend. So
the
I
earnings
just bought
prediction.
6,000 shares.
Really? Well, you're not going to hold me responsible.
No, hopefully it's not a Nike scenario or a fucking Foot Locker. Who the fuck goes to the mall and buys shoes?
Almost got Dan in trouble this morning.
Well, who goes to the mall and buys sand?
Who goes to the mall?
Yeah. I was just going to send something over to Twin real quick.
I should have listened to you months ago when you said sell everything by Amazon.
What's that?
I'm still holding Amazon.
Real quick. I got looked at the
That was way long ago.
95 pages.
When it was
They're
around,
under 1,500.
I bought a shitload around 1,100, then I bought even more around 1,400.
I bought a bunch of it, like average of 250.
Oh, you're killing. Alibaba's the same way.
So my financial planner died years ago, not Doc,
Died.
Doc Kagan years ago says, I know that they're going through a rough time right now. Their stock is $14. I really think you should buy 1,000 shares.
Of who?
Apple. Oh, $14. In that. Mark Major tells me the company's dying.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was sitting in this chair when he said
Why would you
that.
say that?
I think I was 24.
Oh, and then he has this fallacy that not Intel, Microsoft is the one that saved him. There we go. And without Microsoft, they would have been out of business.
I'll tell you one thing. What's his name?
Who?
The guy with Apple.
Jeff?
No.
Oh, that's Bezos' Amazon.
The new guy or
No, the old guy.
The guy with cancer?
Oh, yeah, the guy just died.
He's not gay, is he? The guy with cancer? He wasn't gay. The new CEO was gay.
I don't know.
The guy with pancreas.
Tim Cook?
No, the old CEO.
Unlike you, I don't see sexual.
There's Steve Jobs and
Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs was
I don't think
really. I think he's the smartest guy.
Oh, he is.
Jobs?
Yeah. I think he
What?
puts
mentally ill.
What?
he puts what's his name to shame from Microsoft.
Oh, as a tech guy, yeah. Although Gates is not an idiot.
Gates not it, but Gates took a lot of his stuff. He took Windows.
Wasn't Wozniak the tech guy?
Yeah.
He was one of them.
Yeah.
For Apple, which is the guy that got out? He took the options, and he would have been a multi-billionaire now. But he got
That happened with the
way bad.
Why did you say Jobs was mentally ill? What did he have?
Oh, yeah, pancreas
I
cancer.
mean, but look at his whacked out life. I mean, really, all geniuses kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's mentally ill.
I mean, even after the paternity test came back 99%, he was still denying and disowning his kid.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, did he? Oh, I
Like
didn't.
that. He was an asshole.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
But he was
He
a
wasn't.
brilliant.
I don't know, but I heard he was not a nice person.
Well, yeah, the thing with Wozniak, I think he was,
The brains behind it.
the technical know-how.
Okay.
He was a visionary.
But that's why I say
Jobs
Steve
was
was
the
visionary.
dreamer.
There you go. There you go. That's what I say.
Imagine something into reality.
Yep.
Talk about it Tuesday morning at
Just look at that. Look at what the iPhone did for.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it gave everybody.
And also not, his thing was.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. I hope you never need him, but don't forget his name, because if you're ever hurt and you're wondering, hey, what's up? What should I do? You know, people do that. They go to their friends and their neighbors, their brother-in-laws. God help you if you go to your brother-in-law, and aunts and uncles. Hey, I got hurt, and then they tell you, oh, you know, they owe you this much money. John Fuller is the guy to call. Okay, even if you don't hire him, and if you do hire him, there's no money out of pocket. He will only collect if he collects for you. I'm serious. John Fuller's a great guy, not only as a personal injury attorney, but he helped us find a new way to cook meat. Right, Mark? That cooker that he told us about, what is it called? You just ordered one. Anyway.
Where you cook it in the water. Sous
vide, or anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's some crazy. Anyway, John Fuller, seriously, is a good guy. He is down to earth, and he truly is famous for finding money, like associated policies, hidden coverages. Why don't you call him with any injury just to see where you stand? 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500, personalinjuryco.com. All right, so getting a new home inspected, this woman said, why bother? Just live in it, note all the problems, and then let the builder fix it. You can't trust the builder to do it. Now, we hope there are good builders, but you still get your home inspected and get as many of the problems addressed before you move in. And if there are major problems, don't move in. Just don't do it. It's that simple, okay? Let's go back to the phones. Jim's been waiting. Jim, what's going on with the apartment complex, sir?
Howdy, Tom.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Tom, I applied for an apartment earlier this year. I was looking for a place to live, and I applied to a place called The Cliffs at 6th Avenue West.
Yeah.
They charged me
an application fee?
An application fee.
You know, these places make a ton of money on apps.
Yeah, it was $200, Tom.
Well, think about this. They do that, if they do that to 100 people, think about it.
Oh, yeah.
And they do.
And then they charged me $65 on top of that for an application fee.
Wait a minute, what was the $200 for?
An application fee.
And then what's the $65 for?
An application fee.
Who's on first? I mean, come on. A background check, maybe?
I assume it was...
Anyway, what happened then? These are non-refundable, usually.
And then they charged me $6 for a convenience fee.
Oh, my God.
And they did it twice, Tom. My bank sends me...
200 plus 65 plus convenience. What else?
Yeah, and then I go to the bank, and they say, well, actually, this was charged to your account twice.
Did they send you flowers, at least?
No, Tom, they didn't send me...
Oh, my God. So what do you want now? I mean, seriously, that one fee probably should be refunded, but technically the application fee and that other thing, the convenience thing, probably is something you agreed to. But hold on, I don't want to rush through this. What's the name of the apartment complex?
The Cliffs at 6th Avenue West.
Okay, hold on. We're going to call during the break to try to get some help, and we'll be back with Plumline and also Do you know what I want in an auto repair shop? Honesty, integrity, knowledge, and experience. I also like convenient locations.
I want to make a correction that the website's working. Go Cam Solar.
Probably
I gotta say
it was
that.
100 for him, 100 for his wife.
I gotta get that word out.
Yeah, and then they had to do the background check, and then all damn convenience fees. But God, our kids were...
They don't refund any of that back.
No, our kids were dumping closets everywhere. I'm not getting any anymore.
You can't reaffirm a mortgage loan after a 7, can you?
Yes, you can.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think so.
It's a pretty nice place.
How about lunch?
The Cliffs.
Okay, go. Let's get Gigi on. Fair enough, or Mike.
Get Gigi on, please. Gigi Wink for a bankruptcy question in general.
Do you guys actually ever settle up on these lunches?
Well, no.
I don't eat lunch. And he owes me 14, so hopefully it'll be 13 after this. But generally, I'm right.
I only owe 2 so far.
Oh, Mark, what did you want me to do?
I would buy some, I'll say the name of it again. HCLP.
HCLP, what is it?
It is a company that sells sand diffractors. But they have, around the 30th, they're going to do close to a 17% dividend payment. So it's going to take a nice fucking dive the day after, so be expectant. But I don't think it'll take a 17% hit, yeah?
Do they buy it just to collect the dividend? Can you you have it one day and collect the dividend? Or one day?
Well, you probably go more than one day.
Mark. I have to get rid of that other one too then the day after because they're going to pay a dividend.
No, we're going to wait a little bit. You don't want to get rid of it the day after. You wait a couple weeks or whatever.
Why? I thought it goes right down immediately. It doesn't?
Yeah, it does, but then it starts climbing back up generally. So you don't want to take a loss on it if you
No,
don't have to.
I thought you said it waits a few days before it goes down, then it waits a few months before it goes up.
No, it generally will go down almost to what the dividends equal the next day. And then you wait for it to go back up. Now, there's times when their earnings are really good. All that can be completely different. HCLP.
I am.
Dan's pretty heavy in it too, aren't you?
Mark. Okay.
So how much?
How much been heavy?
You know, some of them use a
60. So it looks like it's going to be around. I do 5,000 shares.
Son-in-law Chan was brought.
No, not for fracking.
Yeah, it was for. I might have been for gas wells. HCLP.
Yes, sir.
That they were pumping.
Oh, they put the ceramic beads.
Yeah,
ceramic
beads. Yes.
That's not plastic.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
They're even higher compressive strength.
It's called high crush.
They're very
expensive.
That's it.
Thanks, Jared. Stock turning slightly higher at this hour. The Dow is now up.
Look at that fucking Bank of America today. You like that?
No, I know.
Fair and balanced.
Okay, that's the trade.
It's almost up 25% today.
Who?
HCLP.
Oh, I know. In fact, you're the what you buy?
Am I buying
I buy my first in January.
Stock is up 25% today.
Yeah.
Am I buying at the wrong time?
There's never the wrong time.
It says 1 year target estimate $17.
$13.50.
Take to the bank.
Does that sound right? $13.50.
Yeah, $13.45, $13.50, whatever it is.
Very good.
That's probably the most volume that stock has seen all fucking year.
Okay, so 13.
Yeah.
And I'm buying 5,000.
Right.
Well, they got a big sale, just this big tracking company.
No, they were.
The reasons it's up so much right now is that dividend.
Should I
Dividend, but they're going to have big earnings.
Oh, okay.
I assume.
The best in there, they're trying to raise money right now too. They're buying another company.
They were,
Did you read that article?
Yeah, that company is who hauls the sand to the place.
So there'll be no markups.
It's a lot faster, a lot more efficient. So that's why they can get on location and get off location.
Down in Midland, Chan got involved in the company.
So this was the first sand company to have a mine in Midland.
Okay. He got involved in the company was taking ship containers and making water.
See, if you bought it a second ago, you would have already made a nickel a share.
They just basically roll them shotgun things on them.
Can you believe that?
So what do I have to put a price?
Well, they used to have tanks.
No, just buy it at market.
They still had tanks, but this guy was converting those too. 5,000. No, they need so much water on those.
Yeah, just buy it market.
What did I hear? 1 million gallons?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
See, they're wells. They're 2 miles in line.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know it's a huge amount of water they use because there's been complaints about that.
But they use a lot of the water that they pull back. They reuse.
Yeah.
So.
And down there, what they're doing is they're pulling off the pivots.
Pulling off, I'm sorry.
Pivots for farmers have to pivots.
Right.
Yeah, they'll rent that pivot for that year.
I'll do whatever. No, you don't.
Instead of growing
God, you get so
corn
you're like
or
a 3
or whatever, they'll run the pivot.
It's like a guy with his lemonade stand. He wants to
realize
switch and start selling oranges
in a month than my financial expert did in the last 5 years.
Holy shit.
Now, the way he explained it to me, well, Tom, in a bad market, we're naturally going to lose money. Okay, it's a great market now. Well, in a great market, you really can't capture all of the profits, so you're going to lose less. Okay, now let me get this straight. In a bad market, I'm going to lose a lot. In a great market, I'm going to lose less. When do I make money? I mean, I swear to God, this conversation, Mark, remember that? Oh, and you can't make too much or you're penalized.
But you understand that part now.
I
in the one account.
Yeah, I did.
But it's still
the way he explained it, I said, no, well, what do you mean? Well, if you make more than such and such percent,
it's because of a defined
you pay a higher tax on the gain. I said, well, I'd rather pay a higher tax on a higher gain. Have a gain. And have that gain. If I had to pay 90% tax on additional gain that I wouldn't otherwise have, it's better than. Yeah, but he didn't explain it properly. What he meant to say was, in a defined benefit plan, if you are making too much money on your
you got to pay other people too much, and you can actually end up making less.
No, what happens is you don't get to shelter as much money the following years because you've already made your goal. Oh, okay. When you make your goal, you can't do a carryover. Is it carryover?
The following year you won't.
I want a certain number of million, let's say, to retire on, okay? Yeah. And whatever it takes to get there, but I get to shelter money to get there. Yeah. But if I get to that goal too fast in a couple of years, then I may not be able to contribute for 3 or 4 years, and I pay a shitload of taxes. So that additional gain actually costs me money. I know it sounds crazy, but it does.
That is crazy. That fucking stocks up 25%.
The Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino, and this hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home. You free of all charges. Well, you just pay your normal prepay, you know, like your taxes and insurance. But anyway, that's Ideal Home Loans. You can also pick your own terms, so you don't have to go to 30 years. Get the lower payment, the lower interest, but, you know, make the term 17 years or 23 or whatever you have left. And then you save in that interest, but you get the new rate. Okay, and so you can do it without going back to 30. Does that make sense? Some people don't want to go back to 30. In fact, as a general note, when you're buying or refinancing, you should do the shortest term possible. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Okay, so I have with me Plumline Services, Bob Logan's general manager and owner, and we have also Cam Solar, Chris with Cam Solar, and we're talking solar. Solar is a weird thing. So many people lease the systems because that's an easy way to go. I'm not completely against leasing. And then some people buy the systems. I like the buying better. It sounds better to me because then there's no complication when you sell your place. You just build it into the price. Getting someone to take over a lease could be difficult. But what about you're buying, you know, and you own it, or you're not it's not paid off? You can still build it in and pay it off. There's no prepayment penalty, is there, on that?
No prepayment penalty. Knock it out. And
okay.
Much quicker if you want.
Okay. Bob Logan, when it comes to buying a house, the HVAC system, the plumbing, the cooling, everything, what's the number one thing you guys look at when the people call you for a plumbing inspection or an HVAC inspection? And by the way, I should mention, you don't like doing pre-buys if somebody's just kicking the tires, but you love doing them for people. You know, I mean, and it's obvious. You don't want to waste a lot of time because you don't charge enough to do it. But when you do, what's the biggest, most common problem people can almost count on? Is there one?
With regards to what type of system?
Just anything in the home services. Would you say high water pressure is a common problem?
High water pressure is a big one. Poor water quality again is huge.
Poor water quality. But come on, we're on treatment systems.
It doesn't matter, Tom. Well, look, I don't know if you saw on the news just last week, 50,000 residences contaminated in North Denver. So we are responsible for what happens once it leaves a water treatment system. The problem is that the infrastructure is so old that once it leaves the treatment plant, who knows what it's going through. And so
I've always thought...
Do you guys test the water?
We do.
I've always thought
we do a complete water analysis.
You know, there are a lot of scams out there for water treatment, a lot of them. That's why I can't stand these companies that go out and then they scare the hell out of you. They say, oh, your water's dangerous. Over the years, I busted so many of them.
Regardless of the dangers, because we can have arguments over chlorines and chloramines and what they do to you, but as far as being carcinogens. But outside of that, just look at your fixtures. If you got a white calcium buildup, calcium magnesium, that is also happening on the inside of your plumbing fixtures. It's destroying your water heater and all of your appliances.
Now,
and so if you see those signs on the outside, it's happening on the inside.
Suzanne,
on solar, real quick, I got a question. Generally, when people want solar and they call up, whether they're listening right now or whatever, are they generally tree huggers that want to save the earth, or do they want to save money? I'm being real, too.
In years past, people were certainly paying what you would call an environmentalist's premium, where, let's say you had an $150 average power bill. The components were so expensive that, yeah, you probably would have been paying $160, $170, $180 with a payment. Whereas now, the components have come down. The federal tax credit's still at 30%. And as long as you find a good, fair, honest company that's going to give you good value, you should be able to come in Colorado about apples to apples.
Okay. Now,
maybe a little bit less, depending. If you got a great roof and a real high power bill, you could be saving a little bit of money. It's not going to be a ton right off the bat. But the real idea is to be at a fixed cost so that for all the future rate increases, if you're going to be in that home, you're not on the ride for any future rate increases. You've got a fixed cost with your solar. Plus, you've diverted money that you were spending anyhow for a power bill towards something that's going to add value to your home.
But you are technically saving right off the bat. It's just the financing. If you don't want to finance it, that's another story. But just because of the low interest financing, there might be a few dollars here or there. But that's only because of the financing. It's not because of the energy. The energy you're going to be saving immediately. Let's talk, Suzanne. You talked to the apartment complex about what? Which one? Oh, Jim paid some extraordinary amount for an application fee. But you understood, Jim, when you paid that $200, it was non-refundable, right?
I did.
And you also knew that that other $65 was non-refundable, right?
I did.
And then what was the other convenience fee? What the hell is that? How much was that?
They charged me $9.40 at one time, and then $5 or $6.57.
Now that might sound like a big deal. It's not that much, but why? That your question was why? Why $9.40 and then why again $6.57? Blah blah blah. Suzanne,
I'm very confused. I thought he was disputing the $200.
No, he said that that was an application fee, which by the way they said was non-refundable, right?
And they made that clear on the phone. All I did was ask what their application fees were, Tom.
Ask him about this convenience fee, if you could. What are you working on right now? Deputy Clinton, what are you working on? Because we have so many follow-ups. I want to make sure we don't ever get them lost. Get a few out because people have been asking about some of the calls we're making. Andrea, what's happening? Sorry, I'm still reviewing that paperwork. Andrea, listen, here's the point I want to make, though. Just the little I've already read, okay? You have documented a lot of deficiencies here, okay?
Yes.
Now, what do you do about it? That's the point. What do you do about it? What do you do?
Well, I can tell you what we have done.
Yeah, what have you done? Because you've documented them. Now, some of these, by the way, kind of, it's going to be kind of nitpicking, and I don't mean that it shouldn't be done right, but I don't think it's going to be covered. I think it's going to be within industry standards, is what I'm saying.
Well, let me tell you, they have a performance guidelines fit and finish warranty.
Okay.
And almost every single page, we have deficiencies. Sometimes they send in a third party to come in and look at stuff, and they just disregard the seriousness of it, or they offer a quick fix. Let me give you an example of what happened just 2 weeks ago. We've had ongoing electrical issues. Our recess lights are overheating past 270 degrees.
Recess lighting overheating, and that's because... Why? Why do you think, Bob? I think because they don't have the proper top hat over them upstairs, or what?
Nope, that's not it.
What is it? What's the reason?
We've had it investigated.
But what's the reason?
Figure it out.
Well, there's always a reason.
It's been a year.
But there's always a reason.
So we've had electricians come in.
And what do they say is the reason?
So the builder went to the manufacturer. The manufacturer said, well, possibly they're browning just because of paint, but we don't know why they are overheating. No one can get to the issue of it.
Do you know why, Clint? Why are you shaking your head, Clint?
Most of those can lights, when you look at them, they're rated at real low, like 40-watt, 60-watt bulbs. Anything bigger than that, and they overheat. But if you put an LED bulb in, there's no heat. So
these are rated up to 75.
Well,
and we have 65 watts right now.
Have you put an LED bulb? Have you ever thought of LEDs? Or let me ask you this. Let me just. LEDs are not going to overheat them. They're not going to overheat them. LEDs don't burn out.
Our LEDs are burning out. This is how serious the issue has become.
Andrea, what do you think is wrong? Do you think the whole house has to be rewired?
There's faulty electrical. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you're not. Listen, I've read this report. Okay, you might be technically right in some of this. You're not going to get your house rewired. This is amazing.
Right.
Actually, what you're asking for is, you got to hear me out. In an ideal world, you are correct. Okay, you really are. Technically, you are correct. But what I'm looking at here is a list a mile long that is so involved, you basically should undo the deal if you can and move away.
Absolutely. We've tried.
Okay.
We said, buy the house back.
We've gone
to a lawyer.
You need to sue them. What does the lawyer say? I would sue them.
We can't sue them.
Okay, you can't. You got to. So then go to arbitration. Go to arbitration. It's better than nothing.
You can bring an attorney to arbitration.
But no, you should go to arbitration. Some of this stuff, listen, some of this stuff, I hate to say it like this, Andrea, it's a track home, and some of this stuff is normal. But it's not like you paid dirt for this. You paid $575,000. Okay, but some of it is a nightmare. They're not going to be able to fix it. I mean, you're basically saying the entire house needs to be rebuilt. In other words, you didn't do this because you want these things fixed, because there's no way they can address all of them. You know, like a crooked drain pipe, that doesn't affect drainage. That crooked drain pipe going down. Bob, take a look. It doesn't affect.
I can't see the picture.
You can see it over here,
but,
though.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is it's crooked. I'm saying that it's not going to affect the function of it. It doesn't look good when you look under the sink, but it's not going to affect anything. Look. You see what? It's crooked.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to affect anything.
It would not affect anything.
Nothing.
But that's a minor issue.
Well, there are so many of these minor issues. And the water shutoff valve, I'm not sure what you're even showing here. But here's the point. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is, in a practical world, this builder will never fix these things. And unless you can go to arbitration, you're the one that did this to yourself, Andrea. First, I don't believe that your inspector could have seen all of these things. You're saying they were hidden. They weren't hidden. Not the stuff you're showing me. This is not hidden stuff. So, Andrea,
the basement walls were completely covered.
Andrea,
and you could not see
that's one of the things. Andrea, there are so many problems on this sheet that an inspector could have seen. I mean, you're seeing them. Why wouldn't your inspector see them? You went through every single grout line to see where they're off. I mean,
that happened 6 months after purchase. We had no cracked tiles until 6 months.
I'm not talking about cracks. I'm talking about, Andrea,
we have tiles falling from our ceiling.
You need to go. You need to go.
It's a safety issue.
You need to go. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm telling you you're not going to get anywhere. Do you see the difference? We'll try. We'll try.
Why aren't you going down the arbitration route?
We will try, Andrea, but I know what they're going to say. Have you actually gone to arbitration?
We are in that process right now.
Okay, good.
They want to settle, but the amount that they've offered us.
How much do they offer?
Was a slap in the face.
How much?
$17,500.
Yeah, it's not.
We're up to $300,000.
Yeah, well, you're ridiculous. You know, you're not going to get $300,000. And even if you did, you're not happy. Andrea, this is what I call, I just want to say it like it is. Mark, this is truly an impossible situation. And I'll tell you why. Not because Andrea's completely wrong. She's not. But there's a lot of stuff here that is normal.
I saw it.
Okay, a lot of stuff. She's not completely wrong, and I think, yeah, she deserves better quality than this. But also, Andrea, on the other side, you're demanding too much. So somewhere in between, there's there's life. And I'm only telling you this from the thousands of cases I have handled over my life. I am telling you, you will never get what you're asking for, ever. And that half of your list is in industry standards. You need to go to arbitration, and I'm telling you what's going to kill your credibility. Too much stuff. You need to concentrate on absolutely undisputable, important information, and you need someone to help you come up with it. And I would suggest getting someone on your side. Now, you have someone who did this check here. I would get really, really jiggy and come down with a list that is irrefutable. You're just too much. And Andrea, you don't like hearing this. It will destroy your credibility.
And the other thing is, if you do sell and move afterwards, make sure on that disclosure statement you're telling everybody everything.
All right, we have a lot more coming up. Suzanne talked to the apartment house again. Deputy Clint has some follow-ups. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Buy and Build is a place you go to get below wholesale prices on everything house. If you want to buy plumbing fixtures, electrical fixtures, you can get them there for pennies on the dollar. Cabinets, pennies on the dollar. Beautiful shaker line all the way down to builder grade. Whatever you want. You can get tile, you can get laminated flooring, you can get hardwood floors. It's so hard to enumerate everything they have. Let's just say interior finish items for the home, 4800 Washington Street. You got to see them to believe it. Buyandbuild.net just gives you a preview. And when I say below wholesale, I mean way below wholesale. Contractors go there. Send your contractor or go yourself. Buyandbuild.net. Troubleshooter.net. I have done it every single time I've done a home improvement, and I have saved tons of money. Buyandbuild.net.
This report is brought to you by Walgreens.
There's a few slow spots in the highway drive in the metro area.
No, there's a gap in between the two fucking landstones. Is that what she... Look, there are gaps.
She's just making herself look like a nut.
Well, I mean, this report doesn't help her. But look, here's one of the things she's bitching about. The gaps.
The weather forecast. Thunderstorms this afternoon with a cool high of 77. Thunderstorms and mostly cloudy overnight.
I had a good question though. This guy asked. He just got his driveway redone, brand new cement. Within 90 days, there's a ton of cracks, but it's all right in the expansion joints. Well, I realize that, but he brought up a good thing. Generally, in 90 days, are you going to see all those there? I mean,
was it just poured this year?
It was 90 days.
Yeah, but was it just poured this summer?
Yeah, he says he got it done 90 days ago when he emailed me. He's got one crack outside the expansion, but it's a driveway. Every expansion joint, or 90% of them, all now have cracks in them.
The driveway next door to me that we did for our neighbor, 200 feet back to their motorhome, doesn't have one crack.
Well, but it's an expansion joint. I go back. That's what they're for. But it's still a valid question. Is it normal? I don't know if it's
that's
normal.
the problem with flat work. There's nothing normal.
Nothing.
Because my
soil
I could be your next door neighbor, and my soil conditions could be different from yours.
I'll tell you why I asked about recently. It's been so damn hot lately. The concrete sets up too fast, and it does tend to crack.
You know what makes me mad is falling. That's just bad. That's just poor.
Yeah, that's
or weather conditions.
Or salt, or they're on there with salt.
Yeah.
Or if it's immediate, they let the concrete set up too much. They kept wetting it to retrowel it, and that will cause a spalling too.
Mark, what happened? Did Jeremy Trout ever tell you what happened when he talked to?
No, I asked him too. I didn't get any
call
callback.
I want to hear. I want to know what
I'll bump
happened.
into him.
I'm asking my friend to ask her, Joe Bonamassa' assistant.
We do a floor that
What
has
happened?
strips
I
that are
want to
16
know.
foot wide and are 100 feet to the building.
If she could get me the
But the
info,
forms have
please.
tongue and grooves on them. So when the slabs are poured, they have a groove, like a tongue and groove floor.
Okay.
The next slab grooves into that.
You know, it's kind of funny.
And then sockets go across this way. So they move on those.
Oh, got it.
On those things, and then on the sockets, all that stuff we haven't ever had to take out one piece of concrete. It's hard to do it.
Sand companies are not following.
Dude, no one's paying that kind of dividend. It's crazy.
And you know,
Right, but
what's
all
the mix of the concrete too? Just 6,500, 5,500, you know, there's so many factors.
So you see,
The Colorado 4,000
PSI,
PSI
that's
is
a
Colorado.
real quick,
And
fast.
like I said, the slot depends on how much water. Sometimes they'll pour it in wet because it'll give them a smoother finish, but that's.
I don't know why they're doing that, such a big one.
We
Because they're trying to
we did a
maintain
tank
or
to
raise
raise
the money.
for all of our concrete people.
Yeah, but how's that help
We
raise
take a year to build a building, big building.
Get people to buy a shitload of stock.
Or you're saying
Almost the ideal time of year when it's still cooling down. And then it made a huge difference. And then we watched other guys out there in February paving.
Speaks louder than words and
results. The worst thing in the world you can do is pave over frozen ground.
Oh my God. Who would do that though?
Even the worst scenario, if I get a little itchy right before, I might sell it the day before if I'm making fucking $5-6 grand on it.
Oh, how do I make? Oh, I gotta make this a tracer. So what do I do?
I'd have never done it on there. You're gonna have to do it. You can't do it in a Thinkorswim.
The pavement would go in.
I do it at Ameritrade.
Yeah, we'll have no. We'll do it online.
Mark, you know you're gonna get a K1 on this.
By being able to control schedule like that.
So who cares?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it's a little, another extra form for your accountants, and so a lot of people don't like.
On which one?
Just on that last one, because it's an LLC.
Airport, Adams County.
Okay.
No, it's a limited partnership.
When they built PIA, Jakey and all Denver City guys
will say, you need to get a new roof before we do this, whereas
Southern
companies
County
short sighted might
tax base
install
was $80 million. They built their own county airport, $81 million.
I've got a shit show around my place that I want where the sellers discovered had 50-year warranty. I had a guy out from the insurance company on my skylights and said my whole shit was cracked open. So I shot in the arm at 81.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, they astound me. Now, I know I talked about what they do for adults. Pennies on the dollar when it comes to what they do. They straighten your teeth. They widen your palate, straighten your teeth, fix your teeth without any extractions or surgeries. They have proven palates do not fuse. Now, they can do this with adults in 2 years or less. If you get your kids in there, it's called New Early Orthodontics. And the thing that is amazing about this is your kids, about 70 to 80% of them never need braces after this process. The kids, when they're younger, wear mouthpieces at night. And a series of mouthpieces that widen the palate, straighten the teeth. Some of them do need braces, but only for a short time. Overall, you save money over traditional or conventional orthodontics, but it's called New Early Orthodontics. For example, I'm paying a flat monthly fee. That's all I'll ever pay. And that's $280 a month for both kids. So it's $140 for a child a month. That's it. And then at the end, you're done. There's no big outlay of $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. You will love this. 303-690-0400 is for children, but you can ask about the adult procedure there too. It's newearlyorthodontics.com. 690-0400. Okay, so Suzanne, the apartment complex. Now, it's really such little money we're talking about. We're talking about 16.
I just got back on the phone with him. He thought that $200 was refundable.
Oh, no, he didn't.
So I called.
Wait a minute. Let's get that straight. Jim, when you go for an application, by the way, I'm on your side. I think it sucks. You know, I've seen apartment houses sit there and in one day collect 50 applications at $100 a piece or more, and they know they're only going to pick one of them, and it's non-refundable. I mean, it's to me, it's criminal. But in any case, what I need to know is, did you think or were you told the $200 was refundable?
They didn't tell me it was $200 on the phone, Tom. I didn't know that until I got my bank statement.
Wait a minute.
And I'm looking at my balance, and they've taken.
Hold on. You did this on the phone.
I did this on the phone.
And you said, tell me the conversation. You said, I want to apply for an apartment, and they said, okay, there will be a fee?
Yes, they said there'll be a fee.
And you said what?
I said, okay.
You didn't say how much.
I did not say how much.
Jim, come on. That's the very first question out of my mouth. There will be a fee. Oh, how much is that? You didn't ask that at all. You said, okay, then what?
Then they said, okay, well, you'll be charged for the application fee.
And you said no, and you gave them your credit card.
I did.
But never, ever even bothered to ask how much.
No, I thought it would be under $100, Tom.
But you thought, okay, so then you gave them your credit card number, then what?
They charged me a convenience fee, and then they charged me
for the credit card,
fee,
yeah.
And then they charged me an application fee again.
That's $65.
Yeah, the $265 plus the $14 for.
But the $65, what was that for?
That was the application fee.
But the $200 was the application fee.
Exactly. They charged me.
Suzanne, what do they say about this?
Tom,
what do they say about this?
This is what she told me. I just called. I didn't say who I was with. I just said, how much is an application fee to apply to live there? She said it's a $65 application fee that's non-refundable and a $200 administrative fee that's non-refundable. She did
gotcha.
She did say the $200 was refundable if you chose to move in by the end of July. But she made it very clear on the phone how much it was for me.
If you chose to move in, but if you don't move in, then what?
You lose your $200.
Okay. So listen, Jim, this sucks, man. Why don't you just dispute it on your credit card? Because they usually will listen to this and side with you.
Especially if they're separate charges, Tom.
Exactly. Who is your, I would dispute the 200 and forget about the others. What did they say about the others, Suzanne? The smaller fees.
I didn't know to ask about that at the time.
And you didn't bother calling back because it's the 200 at issue. Okay, so Jim, have you disputed it with your credit card?
Yes, I went to the bank. I got Chase Bank, and they said, you agreed to this. There's nothing we can do.
Wait a minute. They never ask you that right away. They let you do it first and then do an investigation. You didn't do it the right way. What do you mean you agreed to it? You should ask them, where did I give authorization? Can you show me where I gave authorization? I never gave authorization for a $200 fee, and you're telling the truth. So I don't believe that you did dispute it, Jim. I believe, tell me what you did to dispute it. Did you fill out a form?
I did not. I simply went into the bank and said, this fee is not what I expected. They didn't tell me this on the phone.
Okay, you did it the wrong way, Jim. Go online and dispute the fee. Don't talk to people. I mean that. And then what they'll do is they'll do an investigation. The problem is they're going to claim you gave approval, and you're going to say you absolutely did not. And without absolute proof, they must side with you. Okay? That's what you do. You can say I thought the $65 was non-refundable. The $200 was absolutely refundable. Just stick by your guns, man. Dispute the charge. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joe, you got a hairline crack where?
Hey, Tom. It is right in the front where the lip of the sink, between the lip of the sink and the edge of the counter.
How long has this been in, this granite?
They just cut out the sink yesterday or a day before.
And that's when the crack happened, do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Who did your granite?
Company called Everest, and aside from this, they've been doing a great job.
Okay.
And my question is more around what is expectation and industry standard.
Okay, there should be no cracks, period. When they install it, they should not crack it. There should be no cracks. That's your expectation.
Okay.
Now, if there is a fault, that's different. You know, I mean, there are imperfections in granite, but you should not have to settle for a crack.
Okay.
Do you think they'll replace it for you?
I think it's a good possibility. I haven't brought up.
I wish you would have gone. I don't know if you listen, and I'm not going to hold your nose to it if you don't. You should from now on. You would love it because we do have great people. For one of them is Art of Granite. This guy, this wouldn't even be a discussion. It just wouldn't even be. And again, why did you notice it and they didn't?
No, they noticed it before.
Oh, good. And they brought it up.
Yeah.
Very good. They must have brought it up for a reason. What's the reason?
No, well, because it's there, and I'd probably find it because I am kind of picky.
So they must have said, by the way, how did the conversation go? I'm just curious. By the way, or whatever. What did they say?
Pretty much it's, you know, we noticed that a crack formed while we were cutting out the sink. Right now they initiated a repair on it. We're going to see how that looks.
Oh, did they say there's a crack, we're going to repair it? I want to make sure you know about it.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, if they repair it, it's as good as new. If the only problem with a granite repair is not whether it will take. It will take. Okay, granite is easy to repair with the new epoxies or whatever they use. That's not the issue. The only issue with granite is visually.
Yeah, and that's kind of a to be determined once they, you know.
So you're calling me to know what your expectations are. I just told you. Repair is as good as gold on granite. Repairs work. It's only the visual aspect you have to worry about.
Okay.
And so it's up to you. And again, you know, I just want to say for everyone listening, artofgranite.net, Mitch Floria is a perfectionist. He's a wonderful man. And by the way, he charges only for the fabrication and installation. That's why he's really, really meticulous. Everything else is thrown in with the job, like the tear out and haul away. He even does the bathroom when you have the kitchen done, and you will love it. This is also what I love. You will get a price on the phone. You give him measurements, you send him a photo, he'll give you the rundown. And then 1 to 4 weeks, that's it. His showroom's out in Golden. He's open 6 days a week, closed Sunday. 303-386-5919. Get your price on the phone, 386-5919, artofgranite.net.
They were meticulous, giving me everything on my.
Okay, so it's 5%. If you just
fireplace. I only realized they didn't give me any information on the installer or what you.
It's 17% over the year.
That's my house.
It's 5.5% in that one day.
Yeah. So it's got a 50-year warranty on the start to crack, especially on the south.
1350. Before this, 1360.
Yeah. Like, let's say you've got an overlap, you know, it's like starting to
that was probably
crack. You know, like there's
this is a piece of tile. Oh yeah, there's a stock as well. Actually, I'm not so. It was pretty high. I don't know where'd you get this?
Especially on the service side.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. That's what like
the right attitude.
Yeah, I know. It's random.
Yeah. So like let's say you got an overlap here. This one, I would say here. I would say
really splitting. Literally, you can see the black bar.
One year target estimate.
It's not.
That's just from all the other. This is what the way how it's recommendations. The grass goes on. This is recommendations.
They have those habits.
Yeah, they're like splitting.
And this year, just operated on.
Yeah, exactly.
But
it's on the south base.
I just read a pretty negative article.
When I tried to get solar on my own place, my own company said, hey,
everything now they had it worse than that. One of their plants up in Wisconsin, where the guy fell in her pit. I had to release a bunch of water.
We called off the project
because we had to release a bunch of water.
So they were called, which they all
I didn't know.
here's the thing. So they got qualified by PA. I only found that out from, it's like,
can we send
really
them
do a lot of
something
research on it. But like I said, the seller and the agent didn't give me any information on the roof of the warranty. But I guess if you live in
I like it,
I'm way 89, but they did the roof in 2003.
So they got a great management.
You were talking about it.
They were the first ones to put a line in the
It would have been.
Where did you find that
I never knew
thing on
which
their
company.
website?
We get them in there and get programs,
including materials and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's their presentation there, right? Stuff.
They wouldn't show up.
If you download it,
Coming in there.
Even if there's one benefits, it's your responsibility.
Benefits they have truancy problem. If they don't show up for 4 or 5 days a week,
why didn't your
I get a really
yeah.
Are
they up today?
So, I don't know, do they have their way paid through school, so they can drop you a package?
Yeah, there is no warranty. Because if I would have had to have contacted Jay within 2 months of my taking over the property, I found out after that.
These guys sounded okay, but then what they were really doing
I know who started it.
Somebody says, hey, you got to find your warranty on the roof.
Wow, what the frick's wrong with him?
I will. You get what he just asked for, right?
Yeah,
He asked for their,
but I remember them pointing it out.
to give you some money back.
Certified welder wants to go back to school for failure to teach.
Yeah. So they can keep on.
Once sellers use certified 5 things, so you know.
That's what I was asking suppliers for cash back.
Right here. Then they were obligated.
What I want our money, the seller and the agent want is if you're going to give me a 50-year warranty without providing them any information about the
if they use that, they said you have a 50-year warranty.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they lied to you.
I think the
only way you
is probably a 3-month back.
You don't use that. They probably didn't know themselves.
Well, they should have found out. It's crazy because they made an actual I mean, his board must be official.
But I don't know how serious you want to go. That thing is, you look at July last month, all it went down, come back up.
The manufacturer's not the whole.
What is it doing?
It's almost like
better off. But you're telling me that you have to pick your warrant, or that kind of puts you at an edict. That's bullshit. You bought that.
Now, we did everything.
It's not typical. Ourselves
Elks no longer in business. And so
no, it's not typical. I mean, who's writing this article?
I would sue.
It's just not typical.
We're not making money, so we don't want you to make money.
And they say, well, you didn't have one.
No, you didn't.
And that's crazy. You should have registered.
I just read something last week.
I would stay out.
I know they did provide me for you guys. What if they say?
Did they ever live up to what they say?
He said.
Pulled out some jeans and a t-shirt that seemed clean. Topped it off with a pale.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joseph A. Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, and criminal defense means you're accused of a crime, and that includes DUI. No, it's not just a traffic violation. It is a criminal offense and a motor vehicle offense. You are going to two processes. That's right. There's one for DMV, and there's one for the courts for crime. You can get off on the crime and still lose your license. Did you know that? Or you could end up keeping your license and being guilty of a crime. That's more rare. Joe Lazaro will fight on both fronts for you. Now, of course, we're not encouraging this behavior, but listen, you do need a defense. Whether guilty, innocent, falsely accused, whatever, I'm not going to sit here in judgment. He's there to help. 303-429-6200. 429-6200. Look for Joe, Joseph Lazara, on my referral list at referralist.com. And meanwhile, simply get a designated driver or use Uber or Lyft. People say, Tom, why don't you say use taxis? Because I don't like taxis. They've been ripping people off for years, and I'm happy they're going out of business. I'm sorry. I'm happy. I like when technology changes things for the better. I do. Glenn says his dishwasher's been leaking for 2 years. Glenn, over this 2 years, this begs the question, what the hell have you done about it?
Well, so basically, we just found out. Like a week and a half ago.
Oh, you found out, and then you estimate it's been going on for about 2 years.
Yeah, per the repairman that came out.
What repairman came out?
The Whirlpool.
Okay, so tell me what happened that you would call a repairman.
Okay, so the dishwasher just was making a grinding noise, which really didn't have anything to do with the leak.
Okay.
He came out to repair that.
Okay.
And it was a broken pump.
All right.
So when he was repairing that, he figured out that there was a leak going on.
On the supply or the drain? Either one. Supply or drain?
Neither one. So it ended up being a pinhole size.
In the tub?
Or in the tub, yeah.
Okay.
That it had been tiny, just leaking over the last 2 years.
A pinhole in the tub. Those tubs, man. What is yours? Aluminum or stainless, or is it plastic? What's your tub made from?
Stainless.
Stainless. Bob, have you ever seen them leak ever?
I haven't. No.
I've never seen a stainless. How did they find the leak?
Basically, he figured out that it wasn't leaking from the supply or the drain.
Right.
So it happened actually when we went to put the rack back in. And noticed that there was in the very back of the tub in the corner, there's a little tiny hole.
Okay. Is this a hole that was punctured, or how did it happen?
I have no idea.
How long have you had this appliance? How long have you had it?
2 years.
Okay, so is this a new dishwasher, or did it come with the house? Tell me the story.
So we bought the house around 2 years ago. We completely remodeled the kitchen.
And when you remodeled the kitchen, did you keep that, or was that new?
That was new.
So you bought a new dishwasher 2 years ago, and you surmise it had a puncture in it from the beginning.
Correct. Yeah, just based on mineral buildup and everything.
Okay. there's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's not a warranty issue. It's probably trauma of some kind.
Tom, he tried to submit it to his homeowner's insurance. That didn't pan out.
Well, homeowner's insurance isn't a warranty. Now, hold on. Technically, if it happened, it would have been covered. If, like, something punctured it, it would have been covered. But there's a deductible and...
Not the unit itself.
No.
Is it causing damage?
I think it caused damage.
No, it could. No, really, I don't know why the leaking's not covered. You're telling me the water's not covered? The water damage isn't covered?
Yeah, so I
Wait. Why? Why did they tell you the water damage is not covered?
Say again?
Why did they tell you the water damage is not covered?
They said in my policy it wasn't covered if it was a leaking appliance.
Oh, okay. They just excluded it. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's the route I was originally going to go. Now the route would be to go through like a property damage through Whirlpool.
Well, they don't have any responsibility to you. Come on, man. I mean, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, Glenn. I'm talking to you like over a beer. And here's the deal. No, seriously, I would say, dude, why does Whirlpool have any responsibility? Because you got a puncture in this thing. I mean, unless...
Well, they're admitting that it came from the factory that way, or from Whirlpool. So they're taking responsibility for
Oh, wait. That is wonderful. Honest to goodness, they are actually taking responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do they say they're going to do for you?
Well, so as of right now, so they've replaced the original pump part that was under warranty.
Excellent.
They replaced the tub.
Excellent.
That was under warranty.
You would think they would just do the whole damn thing. I mean, they did the tub and the pump, the two...
I asked them that, but they
no, wait. They actually
didn't
disassembled this thing and did that?
Correct.
I can't believe that would have been less expensive than a new one.
Isn't that kind of like jacking up the
How
radiator
much?
cap?
How much?
Run a new car under
How
it?
much does this thing cost?
The dishwasher?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, whatever it was.
$400?
I don't remember because we did it as part of the whole kitchen.
Okay, so hold on. Let's get right to it. They did all of that for you, and they said we are not going to pay for the repair. And I'll tell you why. Because it went on too long.
Well, it was just discovered. So basically, what they've told us now is there's this property damage claim form that you can fill out, and that's kind of where I'm at. But the problem is, I have an estimate from ServPro for about $3,200 just for the mold mitigation.
Oh, they're full of crap. Okay, listen, I'm not saying they're dishonest. I'm just saying they're full of crap. First of all, I'm so tired of this notion that you get a leak, you basically got to rebuild your house. I mean, that's how damn ridiculous it gets. You got mold. Mold is killed. Well, as soon as you stop the flow, as soon as you stop the food source, which is water, it's done. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is kill it, and it's done. You don't have to cut stuff out unless it's structurally unsound. You don't have to go through crazy conniptions. It's done. Okay. But let's get to this part. What did they offer in addition to the dishwasher stuff? What, bottom line, what did they offer?
They haven't offered anything.
Are they going to?
Well, I don't have any. Basically, they're saying that this property damage form could take several weeks or even up to a year.
Well, at least do it
to decide.
I don't. Listen. If something is broken and it causes consequential damages, they're very seldom covered, man. Unless there is negligence. I'll explain how that can be covered, okay? Okay, I will. I owe it to you. And then I'll give you some strategy that I would do. 303-713-TALK. Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. Cars, trucks, SUVs. Do they have them? They sure do. And vans. Here's what I like about Rocky's, okay? Bottom line. The prices are marked. They have 40 lenders to choose from. And they're there to assist you in buying it. That's it. They don't do any funny money. They don't do a lot of talking. It's not one of these high-pressured bull crap zones. You just go there, pick what you want, get it financed, high values paid on trade. It's really just no nonsense, but they're very friendly, too. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal, Monday through Friday. That means tonight, too, 9 to 7. That's the summer hours. Go see them, Rocky'sAutos.com.
This report is brought.
He's gonna break out of the house. If you see black mold, it's deadly. Yeah, like rats climbing off of Fort Main Street.
It's almost like, you know, oh my God, I have mold! Oh shit! Mold!
One of our neighbor kids gets dishwashers. I don't know where he gets them, but he tears them apart with the stainless steel. And he gets quite a bit of money from stainless. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he gets
from the stainless?
Yeah, from the stainless.
Well, I put out hot water heaters and put it on Craigslist. Man, someone's there like that.
Yeah, the steel guy, probably. Steel.
I tell you, you want to get rid of something? Put it free on Craigslist.
William tears these down, and it takes almost to replace a tub and a dishwasher. Like that's I was just saying, it's like jacking up the radiator cap with a new car under it.
Well, it's funny. I go all over with sales, and you see some of these people's yards, and it's like, oh, this is the guy who's getting everything off Craigslist. Yard and garage is just so choked with crap. I'm just like, what would be a reason for keeping this? Well, if you got old refrigerators, some guys will come in there, if it's especially fairly new, and it's like their appliance repair guy, and they'll take it and fix it, and then sell it for, but they'll probably only give you $50, but it's better than getting rid of it, you know, on your own.
Better pricing, or they have the rate
On the free thing, God, people come take everything.
Oh, I've done toilets.
Free of charge over the next 2 years. Give them a call.
Do you feel the same way about asbestos? It's kind of overblown like
No, I don't think, I think the exposure part is, but not the way, no, they actually don't, once they get rid of asbestos, they think it's gone. I don't think there's a big deal.
But like, it seems like it would have been, if you worked as a minor,
oh God, yeah.
You know, relative to if you have one,
one project where you have to have exposure for a long brand new week after except $7,000 exposure. They even have to remove the back seat because this panel is mostly made out of aluminum here, so they got to remove the whole.
So it's not very well
one time, but that is.
They could do. I thought why can't they?
Like $4,000.
Why can't they just
are with you for a lifetime.
They got to remove it. They're three-layer.
They're barbed.
And then they have to blend in every other part.
So doing damage.
But they even have to remove all the back seats. Guess what? You know, that's where the battery disconnect is.
One night, I was
at a dump. $7,000.
And I didn't feel like going to the other area.
This alone, knowing this information, who would want one?
God, I would be livid. I started $7,000.
I always wondered
stuff that I have.
You have all these companies, Chrysler, Ford, Chevy, been making cars for 100 years. How can Tesla come in there and beat their process? They can't.
You know, look, to repair that fender requires removal and reassemble of much of the left side of the car, including all the trim pieces, molding the driver's mirror, as well as the front bumper. And when you reinstall the front bumper, you have to re-aim, recalibrate.
Does your insurance cover any of this?
Obviously,
the
reason is you're okay.
I was only there for a few minutes.
His insurance company's
But that sign was not at first they pulled the body shut and the fucking crazy. There's no way we paid that. You'd see it. They sent out their own adjuster.
It should be bagged. It should have been wet.
All of a sudden realized some of that means is if you own a Tesla,
it's going sky
it's
high.
going to air sky high across the board.
So look at what Tesla did for their stock. And you take the government out of it?
Like a tarp.
They can't make money with the
10 years ago, they didn't even charge us extra to unbelievable. Their ass, they checked it. It had to be double bagged, and it had to be stamped in the bags. So if the bags broke open, it didn't get in the air.
What would asbestos
I'll do it if you do it
today?
So let's say you're a
is it available?
popcorn field.
Zero?
I don't think they make it very much in this part of the world.
They'll probably get bought, but they're not going to with this kind of stuff.
God, I might do a few shares.
What I'm thinking of is like,
Listen, make some money,
like Park Hill, where I used to
10%,
you know, older Denver 1950s.
Yeah, but what's it got to
if you're a
drop?
plumber, every time you're going into a wall to fix a leaking pipe,
What's that right?
What do you check?
It was in the file. A lot of it's the old
Are your
file.
guys, it's not like this, you're going to get a plumber every time. Every time they're going into a wall,
Yeah, we're trained because it's pretty hard to identify the file. Now we,
but it's been
anytime we
now.
bring a file on a flat, we just go on asbestos removal.
Some things are going to stop.
The one thing,
What's that?
God, I don't know.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing some consulting, but we are slammed. I'm hiring a CFO. I'm hiring a recruiter.
Hi,
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You can't do better. You know what? I can say that and not feel the least bit any anxiety whatsoever because everyone who uses Frank loves him. I'm using him now. We always use him, really, to buy or sell. If you're looking to buy, the guy will haunt you. I mean, he is so good at finding deals. And if you're looking to sell, you're going to think, wait a minute, Frank, do you have any other customers? That's how good he treats you. 303-920-1622. You can just look at Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, so what do you do with a dishwasher leaking 2 years, and is a company responsible? Okay, Mark, if you buy a light and the chain is defective and it breaks and drops down and it hurts the floor, is the company responsible? Or the dishwasher had a hole in it, it leaked. Are they responsible for 2 years of leaking? What do you think? Bob, what do you think? Deputy Clint, what do you guys think when a product goes bad and does damage? What do you think? They're called consequential damages.
Yeah, there's been times where fires are started by TVs and other things, and yeah, eventually they get paid.
Now,
but 2 years?
No.
2 years is insane.
They get paid if. There are two things here. First of all, there has to be a foreseeable consequence. In other words, if you took the TV and you were using it in an airplane and it fell out of the airplane and smashed a house, I mean, I'm giving an idea that in other words, it is foreseeable that a dishwasher could leak and cause problems, or an ice maker. It is foreseeable that an electrical appliance could cause a fire. So that's a foreseeable thing. You can't, for example, if you missed a game on the TV or a news report that would have had you sell a stock or something, that's not foreseeable that a TV would be used that way. So it has to be something realistic. This is realistic. It leaked. It caused damage. However,
I think in this case, where if the manufacturer is saying this is truly a manufacturer's defect,
yes,
something that we did,
yes,
and they're taking responsibility, I think they owe Glenn some money, depending on what the damages are. Now, they could look at him and say, did you do anything to minimize the damage, or did you notice
that's the problem?
Did you notice the leak a year ago?
But here's the other thing. Negligence, there's liability and there's negligence. Sometimes you have just liability with no negligence because you just should have done something. It wasn't negligent. Negligent is knowing and being egregious. Now, if they saw that go out of the shop and said, forget it, who's going to notice it? That's one thing. Glenn, I don't think you're going to get consequential damages because of the 2 years. I just don't think you will. I don't think...
Well, here's the thing. I mean, the leak was not noticeable because it was so small.
No, you don't have to make your case. I just don't think you're going to get it. And I think very seldom, even where people are liable, will you get it. You can do a small claims court, literally, with this giant company and see what they do for the damages. Hold on.
Only 5 days left.
They'll probably just sell. I own a total of 6,000.
For a limited time, get 12 months interest.
What? Should I buy another 1,000?
No.
Well, you only got 5. He's got 6. I think you buy another.
Then I'll have to buy another 1,000.
What is the dividend and when?
August 3rd.
The 3rd.
Wait a minute, right now, coming right up.
Yeah. It'll drop that next day, though. They come out the same day.
30th, 31st.
So actually, who knows with earnings? If the earnings are as good as they could be, it might pop right then and there. And then everybody jumps in and buys it for the dividend. I'm already up $2,000.
I'll be up to.
I bought this morning. You were too slow. I couldn't have you make as much as I'm going to do.
That's in the contract.
Well, that's good though. But you're saying on the day of the dividend is not the time to sell.
No. It's not actually the day of the dividend. You get paid, I think, usually 30 days later into your account. It's if you own the stock on the 3rd. If you're
you get the dividend.
You get the dividend.
Even if you sell it on the 4th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Death Valley could be in the 120s.
Holy shit, Death Valley. Who the fuck would live in Death Valley?
115.
People who mine borax.
Love borax.
Do
you remember the Mule Train, that show? That was Death Valley Days.
My kids and wife use borax to go make this like slime shit. You know, you add borax and a bunch of other stuff, and it's like silly putty crap.
Wow, what do they use it for?
It's just like a, you know.
They feed it to him.
You want to get rid of ants? Borax and sugar. And mix it up like 2 parts borax, 1 part powdered sugar. It takes a while, but they take it back into their nest, kills ants. It might take a few weeks.
Magnifying glass in the sun.
That'll work. That's instantaneous. Or birds.
It takes forever if you got a big mound.
We got a bid of like $160,000 to have that special. We hired a kid that did it.
We got years ago. We were in a. You know what a ladyfinger is? Yeah. So those little tiny firecrackers, man. So we used to have these wars. You'd have pumice and ladyfingers, so I'm just soak it. I threw one and landed right in this kid's ear. Bag it. He was so pissed, man. He chased it home. It becomes mud. I usually, on a normal day, I know I'd take him. I wouldn't even think twice about fighting. But he was so pissed on that drink, he was running and he couldn't hear me. I just ran home.
So a lot of times the ladyfingers, a lot of them are nuts, right? Versus like the black hats, there would be a lot of golf courses.
So I was probably, we moved from Oklahoma where fireworks were legal, and my wife called to New Jersey where they weren't legal. So, and I knew this at first. So I bought bricks of black hats. So I bring them there, and 4th of July is coming up a couple months later. No, they were sitting in the garage. So I was showing my new friends that grew up, Brian and Brad Blow, they were twins. They're over on 4th of July. My parents are at their parents playing bridge. Okay? I said, check out what I got. So we're sitting on the couch, and I open up this big tin, and I got so many fireworks. And they're like, well, how long does the fuse last? I said, well, the fuse can last as long as the fuse is. So I pulled a couple of fuses out, and I tied them together. And I said, this one will get super long, and I lit it. The fucking fuse dropped into the tin. The entire tin blew up on my parents' brand new sectional. The sectional had to be less than a week old. All the stuff, you know. I flipped the cushions over, but it did no good whatsoever. It was unbelievable, man. My parents were so pissed. Now you think that's bad. You ready for one? Somehow my dad talked Sears into taking that fucking sofa back.
A small crack in my windshield. One company said I needed a new one. Technoglass fixed them and saved my windshield. Hey,
I was still in big trouble. I never understood. Hey, you got a new couch. I got you this new couch. Yeah, a week old new couch.
Speaking of Sears, you ever short them?
God, I wish I shorted them when they bought Kmart. I'd be a rich man. Tesla's going to shit, man. We're reading all these. Tesla, he came out today. You'll never guess what he said to his vendors. He said, all of you need to give me refunds for the last 2 years of shit we bought. You know, give us money, or else we're probably going out of fucking business.
Did they lose that?
Tell me that's not fucking bizarre.
Like, they're solely, the electric cars, that's because they are consistently are missing deadlines and just really waiting lists forever. That's their business model. Put you on a waiting list forever until
and you got to pay to be on the waiting list.
Model 3s, they can't, over 25% of the orders canceled after they couldn't
all the other major auto manufacturers have a better electric car. It's available. It's available, but Mark,
they got subsidized cars.
How stupid is it that you never buy one? You can't fucking buy one.
Just wait.
Well, it's a hell of a business model.
Here's what I want to know. Why are they losing money if their sales are so good?
They lose $1 billion a quarter on average.
Weren't they getting a subsidy on the other manufacturers?
Well, they're not. That's what I'm saying. He came out today and told his vendors, you need to go back 2 years and give us a fucking rebate or something, or else we're going to go out of business.
They're walking insolvent.
Online,
but
your money, your
he was trying to do the Amazon thing.
Amazon operated 16 years.
Well, Danny, but here's one of the most, Amazon did it without any subsidies, though. These fucking guys get a 33% subsidy still. This electric car shit.
Aren't they getting some big deal for the other?
Yeah, but that's why they buy the car. I mean, yes, you're right.
Otherwise, they wouldn't buy it.
That's right. Or otherwise, it would cost 33% more.
No, no one would buy it. You're right.
In Trump,
I love the car. It is a wonderful car.
God, man, I know, but if you...
No, I wouldn't buy it.
Listen to this. The Model 3, this guy has a little dent. This article he just got it delivered. Hits a little stop sign, puts a dent in the left front fender. No bigger than, if I punched it pretty good, $7,000. You got to disassemble the whole car, including the back seats, to kill the battery just to work on the vehicle. $7,000. Liberty Mutual thought the repair shop was pulling a fucking scam on them. So they sent an adjuster out, $7,000. Any other car would have been
on 630 KHOW.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Actually, the longest running show with the same host currently on the air, and we're so proud of it. One Clear Choice Garage Doors this hour, and if you have anything at all, garage doors, One Clear Choice Doors is the place to call. So it should just be a clear choice, one clear choice. And that means if your spring broke, you can't open up a door. But a lot of people don't know this, that springs hold the door open. And you have an opener to close it. And then really, when you turn on the opener, you're just releasing the spring to let it, and the opener could never lift the door without the spring. The opener is more used to push the door down. And that's just a little garage door trivia, in case you're ever playing that game, Garage Door Pursuit. Anyway, 303-565-6409, oneclearchoicedoors.com. Well, Glenn hung up because we were talking about something that we talk about a lot on this show, consequential damages. By the way, Bob Logan is with us from Plumline Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. They're always available at plumlineservices.com. Chris is with us. Chris Stalilonis.
Close enough.
Stalilonis. That's good. With Cam Solar. And Cam Solar, go camsolar.com. I said that wasn't working when you put /troubleshooter. It absolutely is working. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it's go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. If you fill that out, they'll do an analysis of your lot and give you the practicality of going solar. And Chris told me there are times that they recommend, no, not now. It's probably not going to pay for you. There are certain homes in certain places that it doesn't make a good idea because they guarantee a 20-year performance guarantee along with 20-year parts on everything, bumper to bumper. So Chris sold a vehicle. He's having a problem. We have wide open lines. If you need to get through for any reason, please call right now. You'll get through 303-713-TALK. And remember the other number, 303 Martino.
We're trying to get an expert on, but I had a question that came in through chat. Can I reaffirm my mortgage? I did a Chapter 7 a month or two ago.
Oh, now.
So after the fact, after the Chapter 7 is over, can you reaffirm?
No, not after it's over. No.
Then we're on the same page.
If you're going through a Chapter 7 and you have any loan where you signed, you can actually reaffirm it. Now, a lot of people tell you, you better reaffirm that car loan or we're going to repossess the car. That's true. They technically can repossess the car.
Same with the house.
But they seldom repossess the car or foreclose on the home. In the past, the courts have ruled it's against public interest, meaning if someone's making payments, leave well enough alone. So here's what happens, and this is a big misunderstanding when it comes to bankruptcy. Here's what happens. When you continue to pay on a secured note, like a car loan or a house, you still keep the property, but you have no personal liability. That doesn't mean you can stop paying. Here's why. When you own it, It's subject to collateral. The bankruptcy does not take away the security agreement. You still have a car secured, securing the loan. If you stop making payments after a bankruptcy, they can't sue you personally for any deficiency. If they sell the car and there's money still owed, they can't come after you. But they can repossess the car. Here's what a lot of people do. They still make their payments. And unfortunately, this is what they do. They make their payments until they don't want the car anymore. Then they just abandon the car. And they have no personal liability whatsoever. It's kind of crappy to do that, but that's what they do. Some of them try to sell, and they sell it for whatever they can. But the bottom line is, you do not have personal liability. The same with a house. Most people don't even think about personal liability on a house because most of the time when a house is foreclosed on, you usually get enough money to pay off the loan. But if not, you would be personally liable for a deficiency, except when you go through a Chapter 7.
Here's why this came up. This guy's saying, hey, my credit's still not good. It's been a little bit after the Chapter 7. If I reaffirm the loan, then they'll start reporting my mortgage payments that are always on time. Right now, they don't report them because the Chapter 7's done.
But, you know, I want to amend this. Okay, I want to amend what I said. I said you can't reaffirm it. But technically, you can do something which is exactly the same. Since that was already discharged, you really can't go back in time and reaffirm. You can, however, do it's called novation, which is just it's new. You can actually sign a document from that date forward on the same terms and conditions. In essence, you are reaffirming it, but it's not really a reaffirmation. It's you are literally taking responsibility, and you can do that.
Do you think they'd report it on the credit then?
That's up to them. Now, I think that would be a negotiating tactic. You say to them, listen, I know I discharged it. It's gone. If I sign a document taking responsibility, will you start reporting it again? Can we get Gigi Wink on to ask her opinion if she's ever seen this?
I will check.
Or Mike. We always say Gigi. Mike or Gigi. We like Gigi better. Winkandwink.com. We do. She's prettier. 303-410-1720. And I want to make sure. Okay, so winkandwink.com. They're bankruptcy attorneys, and as I say, they'll give you good counsel at a time you need it. No judgment. Just, yeah, it's 410-1720. So let's try to get them on to talk about that. Meanwhile, what is on your mind, Chris? Welcome to the show, Chris. What's happening?
Hey, Tom, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir, and I hope others call. 303-713-TALK. What's going on?
I sold my vehicle to a dealership, not Rocky's Autos.
Okay.
About a month ago, and I had equity due to me from that sale. I also purchased a vehicle from them, and they've yet to make the payment to me. I've not seen the physical.
That's odd. I mean, it's odd that you had money coming back and it wasn't applied to the deal. In other words,
that was my commitment to them. I wanted the money back as part of the equity I had.
And it's also odd that you had equity in a car. Hardly anyone has equity. You must have put a lot of money down or something.
I was in a good position on it. I was.
Okay, how much money do you have coming?
I'm due $7,008 on this vehicle. Now,
so basically, did anything go toward the trade, or you were just selling it to him, basically?
$3,000 went towards the trade.
Okay, so you got $10,008.
Or I'm sorry, the trade was $19,000. I took 10 out and put 3 down on it, and then I have 7 left.
Okay.
Or 20,000 down.
Okay.
20,000 was the trade-in, 7 back to me, 3 on the new vehicle.
Okay.
Now, this was 24 days ago, and when I made the agreement with them, they had said that, you know, the check would take 2 weeks. I've spoken with the dealership.
What's the name of the dealer?
Mountain States Toyota.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know them.
I think we have heard of them.
I heard of...
Yeah, they're North Denver.
Is there a Volkswagen Mountain States?
Oh, there might be, Tom.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, so what's the latest you hear from them? We can call them, light a fire.
Yeah, I spoke last week to them, and they said they were waiting on a physical title. They were also waiting on a lien release.
You know, that could be. That does take a while. How long total has it been?
24 days.
Oh, no, it's not long enough. No. The lender won't even get back to them for 30 to 60, and then they have to go through the state. I'd say 90 days before you start worrying, bro.
So they've sold my vehicle. Does that change?
Well, hold on. How could they sell it if they don't have the title work?
Exactly.
Well, what are they talking about then? They're talking out of both sides of their mouth. They're saying, we can't pay you because we don't have the title work, but we had to have the title work to sell it.
Correct.
Well, then they're lying, or what?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if I just wait.
Well, I mean, there's not. Let's put it this way. There's no harm in waiting if you have everything documented in writing. The only harm would be is if they go out of business. But they've been around long enough, and they have a bond. I mean, I don't think you're going to get cheated. I think it's a matter of cash flow with them, or I don't know. I really don't. But if they sold your car, they already got, theoretically, the money out of it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, it rubs me the wrong way. However, I do not believe that I would, at 24 days, make noise.
Okay, so last week is when they said that they were waiting on the title. I spoke with them this morning. They said they're waiting on a lien release, which was...
Well, then how did they sell it?
Exactly.
How do you know they sold it?
They confirmed it with me. I was following it on their website.
All right.
And I asked them last week when I talked to them if they had sold, and they confirmed that with me.
Okay, this whole thing is just
So
weird.
then,
It's just weird.
13th, my bank, the lien holder, says that they mailed in USPS the lien release on the 13th. So it's been 11 days, 6 business days for the USPS to deliver that lien release.
It's up to you what you want. Look, you have a choice. You can wait a few days. You can have us call then. You can have us call now. I mean, whatever you want, we'll do. I mean, you got the money coming. I'm going to assume we're going to see this paperwork some point, and then we'll help you. It's really up, whatever you want to do. What were you going to say, Deputy Clint? You're perched.
If the dealer sold it to another dealer, they do that on the site draft. They don't get paid until they get the title to the other dealer.
Do you know if they did it to another? I just assumed it was a consumer sale when you say it was sold. Was it sold to another?
I do not. I also don't know.
Okay. Well, that could be a thing. Bottom line is this. I don't think even scummy dealers don't mess with liens and titles and stuff like that. They really don't usually. Let's see. Ron, you need a roofer? Referralist.com, bro. No. Was there something special we can help you with?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this might be an overabundance of caution, but we called a couple of roofers.
Mm-hmm.
We've already had our adjuster come out, and the roofers will come out and they'll say, "Well, we'll give you, we'll ask for an estimate," and they'll say about $14,000. But then there's a proviso. They always say, "Well, but what's the insurance said?" And
well, you know why they're saying that because
they want to grease the wheels.
No, that they want to know. Is there something they're missing, or are they leaving money on the table, which could be just straight out greed, or that's why I say I don't let people see it. I say, look, bro, that's none of your business. You tell me what I need, and you tell me what it's going to cost, and then I want to know exactly because I want to compare it with the insurance company. You do not want a roof. You don't want a roofer.
Or somebody else too.
What's that?
Or somebody else.
That's
too,
exactly right. Yeah. And you don't want a roofer who's going to do what the insurance company says. You just don't. You want someone who tells you what you need based on their expertise. That's why, I wasn't kidding, Ron. You really should go to referralist.com. And I'm serious. I'm not kidding. Just call Excel Roofing or another great roofer, and you won't have this problem. And if they won't give you an estimate, don't use them. That's it. No matter who they are. If they won't give you an estimate without seeing the adjuster, don't have them. Now, if there's a big discrepancy, either way, I would ask the roofer why. He's already given you a price. And I would ask him, why are you cheaper than the insurance? Or why are you more expensive? And let him tell you. And if it's if you need extra stuff that the adjuster did not pick up on, that's where the roofer fights for you.
Right. Yeah, and I understand that part. It just seemed really odd that they'd give.
Does everyone ask for it? They all say around 14, but I don't want to hear around 14 either, Ron. I want to see an estimate, okay? That's what I want to see, with measurements and prices. That's what I want to see. 303-713-8255. Al Aramis, you want to talk about four-wheel drives and all-wheel drives because you're doing something very special for them. Parts, labor, fluid exchanges. What are you doing?
So many vehicles now on the road, if you just go in a parking lot, are all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. And a lot of people neglect the drive lines of these vehicles.
What do you mean what do you mean, Al, they neglect them?
They run this fluid and they have no idea when's the last time they serviced or changed it.
You're
we
right.
get them in all the time, differentials, so the fluid comes back black.
You're right. I never thought of it. I never thought of it.
And, you know, like even yours, an all-wheel drive vehicle, you have to service those components. So each car is different. Mileages are different. Let us get it in. We'll check them. We'll dab it. We'll show you what yours looks like. I'm going to give you 15% off parts and labor. Martino listeners, got to call today and schedule it. Don't have to come in today, but schedule it today.
Okay, so that's 15% off parts and labor of all fluid exchanges and on the drivetrain. Al, on a side note, since you guys do the texting and email for me when there's oil changes due or certain services, do you also do that? Will I get one about transmission and stuff? Do you do it for everything?
Yeah, that falls into your service intervals. If you follow an interval service, 15,000.
Yeah, but will that also be texted?
Yeah, that's going to be sent to you. You'll have the reminder sent electronically.
And what we're talking about is once you become part of the Pro Auto family, they text you reminders of stuff. It's kind of like having a nanny, I say, you know, a car nanny. 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations near Evans and I-25 near Bowles and Santa Fe. 303 Pro Auto, the website 303proauto.com.
This report is brought to you by Denver Trial Lawyers.
The highway drive, well, no changes.
I sure do when I need them.
We want good updates.
I realized I never gave you this. You're surviving without it?
Well, see, now that this program is so much better, I can have all these on there, so I can just hit them, boom, 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 unless there's one I don't have built.
Okay, so
if I'm
just giving it to you,
it's not a big deal, unless there's a new one on there.
Pull up your,
okay. See, I got them all right now.
Pull up your
didn't allow us to save
stock.
Alright, there you go. Got it now.
Sir,
I don't want it back.
Did it get upgraded and all the settings went away?
What's that?
Did it get upgraded and all the settings went away?
No.
What are you up on that oil one already?
We had issues.
I don't know where you filled.
$2.80.
No, but what's your total?
Nothing until you win.
Oh, that's your Oh my God, my dogs were so happy this morning.
Yeah,
I'm running the house with a dead rat.
What did they?
$1,600 an hour.
It's been
Pretty fucking good.
God, they wanted to show that off.
$1,600 in an hour. I'm up $4,000 from this morning already. And the dividend doesn't even fucking pay yet. It might be weird. It might be one of these ones I tell you to sell it the day before dividend. If I start getting fucking nervous.
Okay, you're right, because you got
to take all the profit now.
So that money.
Yeah, go ahead. See what that return is on a yearly basis. 190%.
But I wanted to know something else, like on this. What is the whatchamacallit? What do you charge for management fee? Stock value?
On the number of shares. 75 cents a share.
Oh.
Was it 75? Yeah.
That's all?
6%, 5.5%, instant.
Mark, are you familiar how easy some
Yeah, Jersey mostly.
So
Westchester, Pennsylvania. I was born in upstate New York, and then
he's
teenage.
Almost the same exact area.
Yep. I'm just better looking.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Mark has a comment. Hey, we need calls or not. We do have our experts here, but we love any questions. And when I dip into the mailbag, it gets very exciting. I'm serious. I get some weird ass calls and emails. Okay, so Mark, what is your comment, sir?
What you were saying about a dealer selling a car without a title happens all the time. A dealer can sell a car without the title.
Okay.
But you need to do your research to make sure that the person who's selling the car has the title. You'll get a copy of the title because you probably have to pay a loan off.
And that's the reason why when you buy a car from a dealer, you get a temporary tag that's good for 60 days that allows the time for the title to clear, the title to be processed, and remailed to the dealer that bought the car.
Okay.
Then the dealer sells the car. Then the dealer sells the car to another person.
Yeah, you're saying it's all floated, basically.
It's all floated.
Yeah. Okay, but I think that when do you think a good payout should be? What you sound like you're familiar. So let's say 24 days ago he did this and he hasn't gotten the cash yet.
That's not unreasonable.
Yeah, I don't think so. What do you think? 30 to 45 or 60?
Well, he's got 60. The dealer has 60 days through the temporary tag, so everything should be cleared within 60 days.
Okay.
If the dealer can't get it done within 60 days, he needs to contact that seller of the vehicle, and they need to come up with some additional arrangement.
Yeah. Okay, Mark, what business are you in?
Oh, I own a leasing company in Colorado Springs.
So you lease cars?
Yep. And sell. Yep.
Oh, you lease and sell. Okay, what's more popular nowadays?
Sales by far.
Why do you think?
Because people have just understood over the years that being able to lease a more expensive car for less money doesn't really work out in the long run.
Not if you're doing it for that reason. You're absolutely right. I've always said, if you lease the same exact car you would have purchased and you stay within the terms of the lease, it's a very good thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, but you're right. Most people, they see that lower payment and they get more car. And that's weird, man. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. 303-713-TALK. Suzanne, get the name of his dealership. Always looking for good people. All right. 303-MARTINO or 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Plumline Services with us, and and Cam Solar, which is gocamsolar.com. Put a /troubleshooter and get an analysis. What are the kilowatts in a home? How many kilowatts does someone need?
So there's two metrics that are important to know.
Basics.
Yeah. So a system size, in terms of how many panels you have, is measured in kilowatts DC. But how much power you get from the system, people are concerned with kilowatt hours. And kilowatt hours is what does
a kilowatt hour mean?
Kilowatt hour is a metric measuring how much power you're using over time. So that's what determines your power bill. So somebody who's real energy frugal in Colorado might have as few as 4,000 kilowatt hours that they use over the course of the year.
So they're
somebody who's using a lot could be at average would be closer to 10,000 kilowatt hours a year. Somebody who's using a lot, maybe if somebody's got a hot tub.
What does a normal home have as far as energy consumption, kilowatts?
On average,
like let's say a 2,500 square foot home.
Yeah, on average about 12,000 kilowatt hours a year is how much power that house would be using.
10,000 kilowatts.
Yeah, that's about average. If somebody's got a bigger home or they use a lot more power, then they could be 20 or more.
Okay, so
people who use like electric baseboard heat up in the mountains or on the plains, they use a ton.
10,000 kilowatt hours per year. You're saying
per year.
Okay. So the system then, do you rate systems on how many kilowatt hours per year they put out?
So let's say you had back to kilowatts. That's how you measure the system size. That system's going to produce differently on a south face than it's going to do on an east face than it's going to do in Colorado, that's going to do in Massachusetts.
I understand, but once you get the rating, do you give them a yearly rating? Or
that's part of the production guarantee that you were talking about before. A good company like Cam, we actually guarantee how many kilowatt hours you're going to get from that system per year.
Okay.
And we're doing a true-up where every 2 years we're checking in to make sure that you're getting as much power as what we promised you.
Okay.
If you were to fall below that and incur a power bill, we're liable. We would pay the power bill from the shortfall.
Are you kidding me?
No, we would pay the power bill from the shortfall. Even if it was 2 cloudy years where you didn't get as much power as you anticipated, we're liable for it. So when somebody has a solar home with us, they're not just getting panels. The home now has guaranteed power.
Okay, so 10,000 kilowatt for an average. You have as many, some as many as 20,000, of course, and some as low as 4,000. So
How about the warranty?
So the warranties, we've got a really good package. So the manufacturer has a 25-year warranty on the panels.
Yeah.
So that guarantees how much power the system puts out. With the panels that we're using currently, Q cells, they're guaranteed to be producing at least 85% of their original capacity after 25 years.
But what goes wrong with a panel? Let's just talk. Like it breaks, it cracks, or what? What goes wrong with a panel?
No, I mean...
They're solid state. What goes wrong? I don't even see what can go wrong.
Out of 1 million panels, 40 of them will have a manufacturer's defect. 40 out of 1 million. And if they have that, it's something that wasn't soldered properly.
Sure, I understand.
Something wasn't welded properly. Something wasn't caulked properly. You get it out into the...
So do I pay labor?
Labor's included in the project.
Wow.
Everything's
but not the warranty.
The warranty's included in the cost of the project. If somebody wanted... wanted, say, the cheapest system they could get, we'd start stripping out warranties.
But you're telling me, as it is right now, it's a 20-year labor and parts warranty?
25 years on the panels. 25-year on the inverter.
Yeah.
25-year on our workmanship. And then we go the extra mile with an extended warranty, 25 years on labor. So if you have a claim on your panel or your inverter, and we've got to roll a truck out to have a service call, it's covered. Include that with the production guarantee that's 20 years. All of that's transferable to a future owner. So your investment's really well protected. Who's not going to want a home that's warrantied out with power that's guaranteed?
Mike, talking about homes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm about ready to do the walkthrough on our new home.
Okay, this is a new home. Tell me, new home. Is it?
And all that fun stuff.
Mike, hold on. Is it new as in construction or new as new to you?
New as in construction.
Okay.
It's been a long, drawn-out process to get it, and we're finally getting to that point.
Is this a custom or a track or in between?
It's a custom.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So this is a one-up on a lot that you selected and you financed the building?
Yes.
Okay. And who's the builder? Do you mind saying?
Sheffield Homes.
Okay. And tell me, have you had it inspected through the process by your own guy or woman?
No.
You should have, but okay.
Well, I regularly do a walkthrough on it and look, and they correct things I see right away.
All right. What are you concerned about right now, do you think?
I just don't know what what to expect on the
I would have Eagle Home Inspection do it with me.
All right. Well, I've got a contractor that's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
I him 110%.
Good.
He's going to walk through today.
Good.
With me.
Good. You're doing the right thing. You need someone who knows more than you.
Yeah. Well, anybody that swings a hammer knows more than I do.
Now remember, this is a custom home, so it's a little different. I mean, you don't get to just nix the deal and walk away. I mean, you know.
Oh, yeah. I've already dropped $700,000.
Yeah. So what do you think it's going to appraise for?
It's already appraised at 1.7.
That is pretty darn cool. And
yeah, well,
how many square feet?
Appraised at, it's 3750.
3750. That's pretty cool. That's a little high for that price, but as far as your appraisal, but that's good for you. Okay, so anyway, what part?
It's because where the neighborhood is.
What kind of neighborhood? What area?
U Hills.
Okay.
Colorado and Yale.
Wow. How'd you get new construction there, man?
Well, it was easy. My mother-in-law owned the property, and we were making a house for her and me and my wife.
That is cool. God, that's great. Anyway, listen, you're doing the right thing. And I would certainly, have your friend go through it with you. I would also have him there on the walkthrough, too, if you could.
Well, he can't come through tomorrow, so he's going to go through it today and write down everything he sees.
Okay. Let's talk tomorrow or whenever you want after that. We have experts in every area if you need help through any conflict.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mike. So far, so good. Don't assume because it's new, you don't need to have it inspected. Now, Jacob, you have a solar question. We're not going to answer it now, but we'll take your question. He can be thinking about it. What is it, sir?
I was just curious, if I got solar panels installed and everything, how much energy by law are you allowed to store and keep before you have to start selling it back to the grid? I guess.
All right, that's a good question. Hold on a sec, Jacob. We'll talk about it. And there are some other questions I have on your system. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. If you're looking for someone to do your insurance claim with everything on one thing, because he does it, from the roofing and the gutters and the decks and the windows and the siding, you can do it with Genesis. And I've known Mark Szymanski for many, many years. If you need someone reliable, if you need someone for a home improvement, in or out, Genesis is the name. And Genesis gets involved at the very beginning, hence the name Genesis, for design build projects. 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
And he took the money. Wasn't that stupid? Because now he
pays sales tax.
Yeah, on that $7,000, he had to pay sales tax.
I don't know why he did it. I have no idea.
Call him out. Why are you?
I want to talk about that Denali real quick. Suzanne's got a little update. Remember that one? They're basically telling her they're not going to do anything. They sold her a fucking Denali and it wasn't Denali.
We're going there, you and I. No. What do they mean they're not going to do anything?
What did they say on that Denali? What did the lady say?
that suppliers return a
I think she just not. How was it not a Denali? Just got
29%.
They fucking put a Denali on a Yukon. Did all the stickers.
29% that stock.
From when? From
the sticker Denali.
Yeah, fuck you this morning. Thanks for including your buddy here.
She just called and I said, oh, you're looking for a follow-up? I said, I know Mark was pretty passionate. She said, well, I tried to ask them this weekend just to buy the thing back and let the whole thing be water under the bridge. They said, absolutely not.
Okay, I'm going to meet her over there, and we're gonna take this live. We're doing it live.
Nice. Okay.
See if you can get her on.
Well,
You want to get her on real
this
fast?
morning when I was talking to her, it wasn't a whole house generator, duh. It was a whole house surge protector. That, okay. Our Tesla guy, who's a watcher, you're making him crazy dogging Tesla because he just bought that Tesla. And I know, it's just funny that he said that to me. But he's asking for Bob to give a whole house surge protector screaming deal if by chance one's available.
Ask him how old his panel is first.
Or what type of panel?
Well, he's watching.
How old's your panel?
You making him
If that panel's 50 years old,
do you
we'll
not
give
like
you a hell of a
Teslas?
price. How do you wire those in? Can you wire them into any panel? What's that? No, Tesla, what's the guy's name? Musk or whatever.
Elon Musk?
He came out, he asked all his vendors. He basically begged for fucking money today, or else they're going to go broke.
Well, you know I still want it.
You might get one cheap real soon. Might not have a battery.
It's over 14.
Hey, that's over 14 now. Can you believe that shit? You're at 50 cents a share.
He's a Tesla's about 10 years old. If all that is damn tech is going to seem like 90%.
Well, it is because everything's going to be solar-powered cars, right? Even at night.
I bought solar on my cabin like 3 years ago. I wish I would have waited. The company went out of business, but at least I got it all put in before the
You can store as much power as you want, can't you?
I'm sorry?
It should be fine with most of your manufacturer's warranties, even if the installer's gone. You know, the panels just from the manufacturer, the inverters from the manufacturer. So it would be like if you had an HVAC system installed and the installer went out. You know, as long as you were dealing with a good product, the manufacturer will stand behind it.
You can store as much power as you want, can't you?
So we don't do a lot of batteries. What we do is with the net metering program, you're trading power with utility.
Yeah, I understand that. So, but can you? The guy's question was, can he store as much power as he wants?
No, not really.
No.
If you go off grid, you can get a big lead acid battery setup. It's real high maintenance, super expensive. You know.
Is there a law against me having a million batteries?
So the batteries, for example, so it's really the best way to think of it.
Even on grid.
The best way to think of it, on grid, okay, a backup battery. It's a electric car
Tesla
battery.
cells are ones that look like coffee.
It's an electric car battery shoehorned into home use. So the average house uses 30 kilowatt hours a day.
one of these batteries gets you less than 10 kilowatt hours. So for the privilege of spending as much as $10,000 for one battery, you're going to have a third of the power you use in a day.
But I still go back to the question, though. Can I store as much as I want?
No, there's a limit in terms of the capacity of the batteries, but also the main limit's financial.
Can you
pay?
Mark, the panel's brand new.
Tom Martino here. Let's talk. Yo. Jacob, how much can you store? Now, I thought, what the hell difference does it make? You should probably store as much as you want. Does the government actually limit storage? Let's talk to our expert today and tell us about it. Chris from Cam Solar.
It's more the economics that limit the batteries. You know, the average household uses about 30 kilowatt hours a day. With an LG Chem, which has got pretty good capacity, one battery, you know, for $10,000 could get you about a third, a little less than a third.
Only 10 kilowatt hours.
Yeah, you could get a second.
And that's 10 grand.
You could get a second battery, and you'd be at 16K to get 2/3 of what the average household uses in a day.
So
if somebody wants power, if the grid's down, they should look at generators.
Are batteries inefficient ways to store? I mean, to plan for off time, I mean.
Most of our customers are just using the grid as their battery. They put their extra power out for the utility to sell to their neighbors. They get credit, and then they pull off the grid during the night.
Net metering.
Yeah, net metering.
Okay, but hold on.
So the batteries, when people say, I want batteries, I ask them, why? What are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So hold on one sec. Jacob, without getting too far into it right now, I'm just curious why you are asking.
Oh, I was just curious because I know, well, I don't know. I've done a little bit of research, and some of the research told me that when you have extra power,
right,
you sell it back to the electrical company. They give you a mere fraction of what they charge you for kilowatt hours, I guess.
That's not entirely true.
What you want to do is you're trading power with the utility to avoid the full hit of a retail value power bill. If you were to overproduce, some utilities will give you the option of taking your overproduction in the form of a check. But in that case, now we're not talking retail.
Right.
We're talking a wholesale price.
Like they would someone else they buy from.
Right. So you're going to get this piddly little check that will not be worth what you paid for your system.
See, just to clarify this for everyone listening, net metering means for every kilowatt hour you put in, a kilowatt hour basically comes off your bill, or a kilowatt hour is given to you. So in essence, it's full retail because it's net metering. If it's beyond that and you want money, then they give you the same as they would any other power company they buy from, which is wholesale, because you're a wholesale provider.
Right, okay. Well, you answered all my questions.
And it would never pay, probably, Jacob, to use it as your full backup batteries. Okay, what is the reason for a battery? Would it be for off time?
So there's a few different scenarios. One would be if you were really far out on the plains or up in the mountains where there's just no service. And
where you're living off the grid.
And the local utility was going to charge you so much to trench out with power lines, you might consider making a major investment in some lead-acid batteries.
Or a generator, though, right?
Yeah, you could do a generator.
Generators are going to be cheaper in general.
Yeah, generators are going to be cheaper in general. You know, the batteries that people have, if they're on grid as a backup, without getting overly technical, you could use them as a arbitrage, where if your utility was charging you more at a certain time of day, you could store power in your battery when it was cheap and discharge it at times when they're charging you more. But then, you know, the battery's still got a limited shelf life. And you make a major investment up front trying to get a little money out of an arbitrage, and then you just be kind of trying to get your money's worth out of it before you needed to buy new batteries.
They could be good for, like, you wire it just to the refrigerators or stuff like that, though. I mean, there's certain things that are going to last a while.
Yeah, you can, if you wanted a few key items to run in your house when the grid was down, whether it would be maybe you got a well that's got an electric pump, or a relative on oxygen, or something you absolutely have got to have.
But this is for someone off the grid, though.
Yeah. No, the off-grid would be the lead-acid batteries. That's a major investment.
Oh, okay.
You know, the on-grid batteries, you know, battery backup.
But why would you, Mark, want anything running off a battery if you're on the grid? You just take it from the grid.
Well, if the grid goes down.
Oh, I see.
So if the grid goes down,
I see.
the backup batteries...
If the grid goes down and your solar system is not producing, so that double whammy.
But even that has some limitations. You know, if the grid goes down, your solar panels go down because that protects the workers working to get the lines going again. But if you had a backup battery and you discharged it down to nothing, you would not be able to recharge your battery until the grid was back up.
Bob?
In which case you might want a generator.
Yes. What do generator systems cost with auto back? Do they auto on, right, with the power down, or a certain number of seconds, or how do they work?
switch over?
They switch over, right, and they're sized based on kilowatts, and so you could have two neighbors with the exact same house, and one neighbor says, when my power goes out, I only want that to generate enough kilowatts to
for the refrigerator, freezer,
right, and another one might say, I want my entire house. So
give me a price range.
They're gonna range on average probably around $7,000 or $8,000. They start around 4 or 5 and go up as high as 15 to.
Now,
18.
Side note,
that's not as bad.
For crucial situations, what they do, like he was talking oxygen.
Like hospitals?
Or like a hospital. You have a battery there that's constantly charged. When it loses power, the grid loses power, it kicks the battery while the generator starts, and then the generator feeds the battery, so there's no interruption.
Aren't there some delicate electronics or medical devices, I heard, I don't know this, that they are constantly running on battery and the batteries are constantly being charged? So there's never, ever, ever, not even a split hair of a second.
Yeah, Mark was just talking.
Hospitals, that's exactly how they have to do it. And these generators they have are the size of semi-trucks sitting up there.
Christina, what's going on? Christina? Are you there? Well, let's just check to see if she's there. Susanna will come back. I'm Tom Martino with more right after this.
This report is brought to you by ReferralList.com, the original.
We did when we were down is we just backfed
Let's listen afterwards.
motorhome to the house. We backfed from the motorhome, the generator to the house when it was down this winter. That's cool. What did you hook into? We just have a 220 outside plug. You have to turn off your main and you're feeding the whole neighborhood. You just turn off your main and just...
You can feed through an outlet?
Yeah. As long as it's 220 outlet, because you have to feed both bars and panels.
I wonder if it'll be recorded.
How do you
that fun?
But how did you feed through the... Did you have something?
RV is all about making the right choice. Why use an insurance agent?
For 220, you use two 110 bars.
No, I understand. But what I'm saying is, do you have an output on your generator that has a plug on it? Normally, you don't have that in a motorhome.
Probably made one.
First has a plug, yeah.
For output, not for input.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Why would anyone make a generator with a plug that outputs energy ever in an RV?
It's a good question.
I don't know why any RV would ever have that.
Maybe the guy
Kill somebody, and normally a plug is to drain energy.
Yeah.
Why they would put it standard on an RV to
What?
feed
Put what standard?
a power plug to feed energy. It's just not.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
He's saying he plugged his 220 plug into his outlet at home to feed power into his house. Well, that's ridiculous. And why would there be an output on an RV with a 220 plug on it?
Well, my entire RV on side has 220s everywhere.
Right, no, but you don't have output feeding.
You need a male and male.
Why would you ever have? It's almost unfathomable.
Yeah,
a male to... Yeah, why would you do that?
That's what I'm saying.
Will we do that at the hangar? So the hangar, if the
I
plug
know
goes
you
down
do it.
You
but
just use it as a generator.
So the RV didn't come. You just bought a cord, a male to male.
Well, no, he's firing up his generator and then powering whatever he needs in his house from the generator. That's all he's saying.
I know that, but the way he said it, I wasn't thinking of just a patch cord.
Yeah.
He said he had an output.
Yeah, 1-to-1.
Oh, no,
And I thought
it's just a double male cord.
Tom Martino here. Is Christina there or not? I don't know. Let's try again. Christina?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, dear. What's going on with Samsung?
Well, we bought one of their French door refrigerators a couple years ago.
The double door refrigerator.
Yeah, with ice maker in the door, the refrigerator part.
Uh-huh.
And,
I love Samsung, so what's happening?
Okay. We loved it for a while. We've had a couple years, and then all of a sudden the ice maker started making lots of funny noises, and then it was leaking water, and it was like just really watery.
Just all of a sudden?
Yeah, it started making noise. Well, yeah, you could tell it was getting really wet, and then it started making noises. But it had, I guess it doesn't freeze up, and it was icing up around the fan. It was
icing up inside or behind it?
Behind it, where the fan is turning all the time.
Okay.
And
so what did it turn out to be?
I guess it's a known defect. I called, and they could hear it all the way in India and said, "Oh, that's your ice maker."
They could hear it all the way in India. Let me ask you something. Christina, how old is the refrigerator?
It's just over a couple years.
Okay, and it's still under warranty, though?
No, they only had a 1-year warranty.
That'd be Korea, though. That wouldn't be India.
Is it?
Yeah, Samsung's Korean.
I don't know.
Well, but their
call center might be in India.
Yeah.
So they knew what it was. They know that there's a defect, and they have a kit to fix it. But it's about $600 to have somebody come and fix it.
And you're saying, let me guess, hey, if they know it's a defect and they have a kit to fix it, why isn't it a warranty item?
Right.
Well, that's a good question. It really is. I mean, was it a defect that was discovered and corrected after a short run of these? Or, I mean, what's the story behind the defect? How bad is it?
It's so bad. I called an appliance repair up here in Fort Collins, and they said, "You're, honest to God, the 30th person in the last 2 weeks that have called on this. And nobody will work with Samsung. I guess they're horrible to work with. And I've called Samsung a couple...
Is it with your ice maker? Christina? Did she just get...
She's probably on a Samsung phone.
Christina, I'm going to hold on for a sec and see if you can reestablish. Dennis, what's happening, sir? I'm getting a complex now.
Maybe it's our phones.
Dennis?
Yes.
Okay, what's happening, sir?
Yeah, I was wondering, I'm thinking of selling my house in about 4 or 5 years, and it's probably valued, I'm guessing, about $350 or $380. How much taxes do I have to pay on that? I'm single, and the house is paid for.
Normally, okay, I mean, under all normal conditions, I'm not talking about special write-offs or deductions for business, but if it's your primary residence, you take your basis and you subtract it from the sale price, because usually your basis is much less. So your basis is what you paid for the house plus any permanent improvements that would add to it. So what would your basis be? How much did you pay?
I paid $167.9.
Okay, and then what did you put into the home over the years? How long have you had it?
Yeah, everything.
I've had it right now 15 years, so I've probably... I don't know. I put a new roof on. I completely did new floors.
Well, all of that goes into your basis, so you would make an estimate. So 167.9 plus what? And even if it's an insurance thing, it's a basis. Even if insurance paid for your roof, it's money you put into it. So is it 20 grand total?
No, I paid, let's say, at least 20, because I had to pay for the roof. I didn't have insurance when I bought it.
So, but what else? In addition, let's say 25 all in with everything.
Okay, let's say.
So now,
25.
so you're into your home for 192.9. Okay.
Okay.
You could probably justify 200. I'm serious, because they don't look too closely, and really most people put money into their home they don't even realize. So now you're going to sell it for, let's say, 350, right?
Right.
And then you subtract 200. So that's how you do it, and then you come up with a difference. And the difference in this case would be 350. I mean, it's 150,000, right? Okay, right. Now, you subtract all the selling costs, commissions, but let's say you net 150. You don't pay any tax, because after you do all that on a primary residence, an individual gets to shelter or to, it's just an allowance. You get a free $250,000 gain.
As of right now.
Yeah, as of right now. If you were married and you put your heads together, you get a $500,000 exclusion. So you would have no taxes in that scenario under current law.
Now, the only thing I want to add to that is you can't do that within 2 years. You can't simply go buy a house, it goes up, that you got to be there 2 years.
Yes, 2 of the past 5 years.
And it's got to be your primary residence, is that correct?
I've been there 15, and
you understand that?
House. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. You don't have taxes. And people think you have to buy another house. You don't.
Okay, that answers my question. I wasn't sure about what I could shelter, like with the buying of the house, the original purchase, than what I've stuck.
Just make sure that you research or try to remember just about every penny you put in that's permanent. Not carpet cleaning, but carpet. Okay? Not lawn care, but lawn. Things that you actually did to improve your home.
And for people listening, if they're married, double it.
For the $250. It goes to $500 right now. Mark, you said right now. Do you think that's going to change?
Oh, look what changed on the interest with that last tax deal with Trump. I mean, who knows? Of course it could change.
Now, Christina, your refrigerator is icing up. It's a known defect. You're wondering why isn't Samsung helping, chipping in, whatever. It really, if they're not, they're not. That's the simple answer. And if it's not part of the warranty, just because, see, if it's a new defect, they really don't have to cover it under warranty. Now, many do. Many do voluntary recalls and cover it. And then sometimes the government demands it. In this case, it's really not been addressed. And I'm not sure if they will do it for people who complain. I'm not sure. So have you asked them?
Oh, yeah, they won't do anything.
How much is the kit?
You know, I know to have it installed, it's about $600. And it's about 2 hours.
That would make me so mad.
Now, it would me too.
I spent $3,000 on a fridge, and they know that there's a fix for the ice maker, and they're going to charge me that?
Of course.
Wow.
There is a class action lawsuit alleging there was a defect within ice makers causing a number of problems, including icing, water leaking, and a noise.
Yeah.
Okay? And a formation of ice crystals, and and the ice buckets that are stuck and over freezing. So there is a class action lawsuit.
Let's not forget this is the same company that made a phone that would just catch on fire.
Yeah.
Don't you have that phone, Mark?
No, I never owned the Note.
I love Samsung, man.
I did not own the
You
Note.
own
I
Samsung,
bought you one.
Don't you, Mark? You own a Samsung phone.
Yes, a Galaxy.
Not an
They
Apple.
don't catch on fire.
But I love Samsung. I don't know why they're so stinky. They are stinky with a lot of stuff. You know their dryers, they were catching on fire. These guys are regular pyromaniacs.
They make an array of products, though, man.
Yeah, and they all like
so
heat.
what should I do about that?
There's
then?
nothing you can do. I mean, seriously, that is the truth. Now, sometimes if you bought it recently, a good retailer would say, hey, you know, they fight your battle.
I wonder what's going on with them, honestly. We never heard anything negative about Samsung till the last 5 or 6 years.
Well, Christina, where'd you buy it?
At Best Buy, and usually they're great. But
Wait a
like,
minute.
You know,
when did you buy it?
Oh, 2 years ago.
You know, Best Buy might do something for you. If it was Costco, they would.
I called
You got
them
that
and
right.
they said, no, you didn't get my Geek Squad coverage, so
well,
they're not going to do it.
I am not a Best Buy fan.
No, I'm not either. But would they have covered it if you bought the Geek thing? I don't think they would have anyway.
Oh, I think that they said they would have if I had bought their extended warranty. But
how much do you recall what that would have cost?
Oh,
probably as much as this problem.
$100 or something. Yeah.
No, you won't get extended coverage on a refrigerator for $100. No way. No.
Well, you just don't think you'd need one. I have an old LG.
So listen, Christina, really, I mean, truly, if you go to classaction.org, they will have the information. That's all I can tell you. PlumlineServices.com, 303-586-1086, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Also, GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter, or just look at their website, GoCamSolar.com. Save all your problems for me.
Hey, does it seem like your life really isn't your own?
You actually contributed.
Tom, I need to set up a training.
Want to do it right now?
Yes.
Yeah, who cares?
That's what it is.
And I got a subject that I think would be good.
And then we can talk
If it goes down, you're not going down.
You can email me. And
I'll hold on to it. Yeah, I mean, really. I look at that. How
You're
long
very
it's gonna
knowledgeable.
be
I like
for-
having you on. You also speak well, so
thanks,
ask them
I'll
and you can keep coming.
I
know,
know
I'm
this
serious.
for a year.
We would like you again because you give a good
So
presentation.
the reason I do like the sand, because they've had in their, built in
Leave an
their
impression. Now
contracts,
we gotta
every
find
$5
someone on service.
oil goes up, they get a bump in their sand.
I've been trying to recruit somebody.
So if oil goes up, it's good.
Yes.
And we bought it on probably a bad oil day, like every other
Well, no,
deal.
it's every $5.
Dan, I should ask, but what's the oil about? Back up?
No, it's actually down today. It's like 68.
What? Oh, but I'm still okay. But it's
Yeah,
still
it's still good,
yeah. What's going to go on with it? Just tell me.
It really depends on Toronto.